'cause I know what I'm owed. So tonight we'll raise a toast. I made all these highs from lows.
I'm on money, power, respect. I'm on. Let the records reflect. I'm on. They know what to expect. I'm on. Put the stick to your neck. Ain't no games about it. I don't play about it. Hit the suit and I get to a song. Ain't no disputing. It's clear that I'm on. Get to the money, the music. I'm going. I'm on. You think that you like me?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the year 2022's WODI, Woman of the Year. Now, ladies, how are you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good.
I have a new addition here, Miss Nikki Knowledge. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, girl, hey.
I also have Miss Lola Dope returning. I have Hurricane Dew returning. I have Cece returning. I have Wing Truth returning, and I have Tata returning. Thank you all wonderful ladies for being here. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We are about to debate this criteria for the year 2022. When we get closer to the top 5, that's when we'll allow stronger arguments and lengthier debates. Everyone in this room has a percentage attached to their name. Your voice and your vote is very important. Depending on the turnout, you have a 10% or more controlling interest where we know the total has jumped up, okay? It's jumped up. So we'll get the total at the end. But that percentage is a percentage of that money goes to you or, comes from you. You can say whatever you want. Just make sure you have your facts strong and an argument to support your claims. When everyone makes their final vote for Woman of the Year, I will then get the final survey results that will account for 15% of the overall decision. Okay. Do y'all want to go through the rules? Should I run through the rules or you guys are?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So the rules. 1, raise your woman sign. We all have one. When prompted to vote for who you feel should get a higher placing amongst the ranks. Keep your comments at a minimum, meaning 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the argument in the earlier rounds. Now, the rounds will consist of placing from 15 to 1. We will start off 15 to 10, 10 to 5, 5 to 3, and then we will end up 2, and then we will name WODI. Now, this is the criteria, strength of schedule. In sports, strength of schedule refers to the difficulty or ease of a team's or person's opponent as compared to other teams or persons. This is especially important if teams in a league do not play each other the same number of times. Okay, pertaining to WODI, the level and difficulty of a battler's oppositions in 2022. How hard was their schedule? List of opponents, win-loss, and frequency. Impact. Having a strong effect on someone or something. Impact pertaining to WODI, a battle rapper that had a strong effect on the culture, a battle rapper that possibly shifted the culture, a battle rapper that gained a lot of momentum in 2022. Consistency, conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, and fairness. Consistency pertaining to WODI, a battle rapper who shows up for every battle, a battle rapper that maintains high quality in every battle, a battle rapper that has high dependability, we can count on them. Moments, a very brief moment of time, importance, as pertaining to WODI, undeniable instances that are highly memorable and very good, an example, Torido, remote not working. Material, facts, information, or ideas for use in creating a book or other work. As pertaining to WODI, a battle rapper that displays great penmanship through punchline schemes and or angles, displays substance, creativity, a high level of lyrical ability, a battle rapper that displays content that requires extra thought after being delivered. And the last one is performance. An act of staging or presenting a play, concert, or other form of entertainment. As it pertains to WODI, a battle rapper that displays great projection, movement, and delivery, and that is proficient in entertaining the viewer and or audience. You guys ready? Y'all got the rules?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's get started. We're going to get started on number 15. Who do you guys have in that spot for number 15? And let me read the names off that were, involved in this from the survey. The names are Official, C3, 40 Bars, Casey J, Vixen the Assassin, Caution, Christavia, Jazz the Rapper, Miss Hustle, Shuni the Rapper, Miss Miami, Cheddar, Lady Caution, First Lady Flames, Bonnie Godiva, Yoshi. Those are our names that was picked from the survey. But who do you guys have at number 15? Let's get right into it.
My 15. My 15 is not on the list.
Who did you get?
I got Shay-Rack.
Chirac?
I got her at 15.
I mean, she's on a lot of people's resume out of this 15. She shows up a lot.
She was. It was one battle of hers that I didn't watch. It was a 2-on-2. I didn't have enough time. My bad. But she was 4-2. She had 7 battles. Like I feel like all of them great quality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she got. Hold on, let me get to her.
While you looking at, I thought she did great verse C3, and she did have a little
had her
issue
winning
verse
against-
40, but she was fired to me
I
verse
had her
40 as
winning
well.
verse C3 too. Like, I just think she wasn't playing no games at C3. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't playing no games. She only had 2 1-rounders. I mean 2 3-rounders, but I feel like she showed up every battle. Like every one. Her 40 bars battle, yeah, she lost the battle, but she did really, really good
And that was
in
a
that battle.
3-round
as well.
battle. That was a 3-round battle.
She was fired that battle.
She did really good. Like she and as quiet as it's kept, I honestly believe that in the tournament, her caution battle, her material to me, I wrote down the bars. I feel like she won that battle. To be honest, she lost the vote, so I can't give her credit for that. But I wrote them down, and I did have her winning. I feel like she just did more. Not that caution was bad, so I feel like I gave her credit.
That was
for
the
like,
first round.
I feel like I gave her high performance for that. It's an L. You know what I'm saying? So I got to mark it as an L. But I feel like she definitely did her numbers this year to me. So that's why I had her at 15. Because I don't even really be into like the super newer. Like you got to really be smoking something for me to put you on the list and go watch all your battles, especially when you battling people that I don't know.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I would say this. I did like her versus C3. I did edge C3 in that battle. But if you're gonna say Chirac, who would you take off the 15 that we have to put Chirac at 15? Because then somebody would have to come.
I would take off Miss Miami.
I
for
got
sure.
Miss Miami at 15 because I'm going
I
off
would
what
take her
the
off.
fans have voted. For the
I do have
right.
Miss
This is from the
Miami
fans.
at 15 as
Yeah,
well.
I have Miss Miami at 15.
You make a good argument, though.
I have Chirac at 15.
Well, let's talk about Miss Miami. Sure.
Love her performance.
I honestly believe her bars are much better than her performance. If I don't really like if I listen to her versus watch her, it's better. But if she could tone down her performance and just rap, she would be much better. Her Shotgun Suge battle and her Shuni battle is really good material wise, but there's a deduction in points for me because sometimes it's hard for me to watch personally me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like she forcing it, and you don't have to. You don't have to force aggression. You know how I feel about aggression. It don't gotta be loud to be aggressive.
Right.
And I feel
I
like
like her though, like that, because I feel like when she's not battling, that's just who she is, though.
I really like her. Like
I
that.
think that's just how
I'm so
she is.
entertained by her
Yeah.
whole
it be
brand.
doing too much. Like during the Shotgun Suge battle, it was a lot.
I think
I
she's a
liked
taste.
it.
I can
Hey,
see
I
what
think
you're
she
saying. I
needed that
understand.
verse. I think she needed that verse Shotgun Suge.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
The material is not bad.
right.
It's to me, it's hard to watch. I used to feel the same way about Vixen. The reason I didn't punch for her in the first year the way I punched for Casey was because I felt like she overperformed her bars when she didn't need to. To me, Miss Miami is like the top person that I can think right now to me that does that. Just tone it down some. Like your bars are great the way they are. You don't gotta sell it the way you trying to sell it. for me, it take it away just a little bit. And I feel like the two biggest battles on her resume, she took L's to, and I feel like she could have made them a little more debatable if she would have toned that down, personally, for me.
I would have to agree. I do think that her material is really, really good. And her aggression is good too. Her performance is good. But I would like to see her kind of soften just a little bit. I do think that it takes away, like her, like being annoyed, like with the crowd. Also, like for instance with Shotgun, I didn't understand that they were like literally rooting for her. They were cheering for her.
I get it to a point,
but I do
the
think
crowd can mess you up.
they can. But I do think I mean that's just something that all MCs deal with, isn't it? Yeah. I do think that she I don't have any problems with her material at all. I love her material. I love her aggression. I think I like it. I just think it can,
So
like Suge, he kind of was teaching her while battling her.
I think
you know what I
guys
mean?
looking for the word polished. Like she could be more polished. I like her aggression.
Yeah.
I want her to keep the way her face is. I love the way she makes her face.
I love the movements. I love all of that.
Maybe a more controlled.
Maybe a more controlled.
I agree with that, dude.
You see in the battle from her, like if you can watch the people behind her, they want to laugh.
I do, but I like
But
that.
and that's the thing that I want her to. That's the part that I don't want to be there for her, because your material is so good enough that I don't want to be thinking I want to laugh. I want them to be like, that was fire, versus being like she overperforming because she know it's a fire bar. So you don't have to sell it to us.
So
like
how
that
are
is
we going to
perception.
rank her
No, I do understand.
versus Chirac?
Let's go
How
through
are
the
we ranking
criteria.
her versus Chirac?
Let's go through the criteria.
Okay.
Strength of schedule.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have her on my top 15.
Chirac has strength of schedule. I guess we should use the flash. Should we use the flash?
Oh wait, you got Chirac higher than 15?
Higher. I mean,
Miss Miami and Chirac?
because if I'm sorry. If we're saying so this list is 10, right? The list that France sent us. So the 15, 20 initially that I had, but from the 15 that I had, like for instance, Chirac, Miami, they all had really good years with 5+ battles. So for me, I felt like they were in the higher percentile of that 11 to 15. I actually have Don Lady at 15. With 2 battles. I feel like the return of Don Lady. With 2 battles. I have her.
2 battles?
Don Lady?
Oh, you said Don Lady. I'm thinking Bonnie Godiva. I don't know why.
No, Bonnie. But again, Bonnie is in the top 10 for me.
Okay. No,
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
My bad.
Yeah.
Tripping. Don Lady didn't make my list.
She didn't make my list.
She made mine.
But
I
do
feel like
her
she had
return.
a.
I do.
Okay.
She didn't make my list. I'm sorry, but I do like her return. I did think that what she did, I want to see her more. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't make my list.
I like her versus Yoshi.
Right.
That was really good.
Right.
It was good.
Don Lady is always going to do the numbers, no matter when she's ever returned. Don Lady is always one of those battlers that you want to see every time. So that's why I kind of put her in my list. Like I said, she doesn't make it. I understand, but I feel like I'm gonna fight for her because every time Don comes back, she's one of those battlers that we want to see. So.
It's
Okay,
getting
so,
dicey.
Yeah, we got you fighting for Don.
Okay, I just got a
got
question as
J-Rec
far as, because I
and-
hear you about Don, because I have mentioned her just like as far as my honorable mentions, I always have a good time when Don is around. You feel me? So I hear you, but as far as like criteria, she match up with the people the fans got on the list and kind of like.
I just think, with just 2 battles, I don't think it's enough for me personally.
I don't think she got enough. I mean, you
I
could
have
put
Yoshi
somebody
beating
For me,
her
not
by-
over Chirac. I feel like
Yoshi.
Chirac.
I have Yoshi winning that battle.
Yeah,
It was a
me
dope
too.
battle.
Yeah,
it's a debatable.
Right.
I had Yoshi in that battle though.
Castro at prom night.
That's a 1-rounder. So for me, you gotta have at least 2-3 round battles for me.
that's a fact.
Well, I don't really want to go there, but right now because we're just getting early in. But that's gonna come down to a lot of these girls. I'm sorry, it's gonna come down for a lot of these girls. A lot of them got all-star games and 1-rounders, as we're gonna see. So that's what I'm kind of putting Don Lady right there at 15, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of a lot of platforms, a lot of one rounders, and a lot of all-star games.
Oh, okay. Let me rebuttal that. Right.
All right, we gotta
so
make a
for
decision.
for me on this, it's too many girls that be outside, that put in too much work for me to give you credit for 1 3-round battle and then a 1-rounder. When I got 15 girls that have at least 2 3-round battles.
Some of these girls battle 7, 8
All
months
of the
out
girls
the
on
year.
my
That's a
list
fact.
got
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Like,
3-round battles.
All right, so
or
ladies,
more.
I feel like
The
we've reached that
I'm with
point
that.
where we need to do a
I'm with
vote
that low
for Miss Miami and Chirac.
I
Are
say
y'all-
no
I
to
just feel
that
like they're gonna be
lady.
higher than that, but
Are y'all down for the vote for
Yes.
Chirac and Miss Miami in place of number 15?
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
got
run
Chirac
through.
for sure.
We're gonna run through the criteria, strength of schedule.
Okay.
Miss Miami versus Chirac. Who do you have? Miss Miami? Raise your voting flag. If you have Chirac, raise your voting flag.
See, this is the thing. I don't have Chirac in front of me, so can somebody
tell
just
you,
name?
she
Yeah,
had-
can I at least get the name? So
She got-
I'm being fair.
Caution with a K,
Caution with a K.
40 bars, C3. She did a 2-on-2 with some people, Twin Gorillas, a girl named Wild Apache, Breezy, and a guy named Shanito.
A man named Shanito.
Yeah, I had to make it very clear because I thought it was a girl too until I went to the battle.
Was any of those 1-rounders or is those all 3
She had
rounds?
2 3-rounders and then she had 4 1-rounders. But her record, what I have her down for, hold on, let me tell you.
They both had.
I had her without that battle because I told you I didn't watch the Twin Gorillas battle, but without that I had her 4 and 6. Every showing, she stepped out. Like even with her losses, it's a good loss to me. That's why I would have her over Don Lady. But it's not that I feel like Miss Miami could have kept up better in her battles. Personally, that's why I would have her over Chirac.
So do you
I mean, I
have
would
Miss
have Chirac
Miami
over
in your list at all?
Because her I feel like I got her losing against Shuni.
got
I got her
Chirac-
losing.
Chirac got eliminated the first round.
Shuni, I got
Yeah,
her.
but I
Of
also
Chrome, but
feel
then
like
Miami actually went 2 rounds.
Right. I have Miami higher.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Me too.
She kind of, for me, goes.
Right.
She kind of goes a little bit higher
Right, that's
for
what I'm
me,
saying,
so
for
that's
me,
why I'm
right.
putting.
So who's your 15?
I would have to agree with. How do you say her name?
Chirac.
Chirac.
So you
Yeah.
have Chirac. So we got
I'm
2
fine with her being at 15.
If it doesn't bump Miss Miami out, then that's
Right.
fine.
That's
Because
We
she's
can
in my top
revisit it.
15.
We can revisit it. We
Yeah.
can revisit it.
Yeah, I'm okay
Well, are
with
we in
that.
agreement right now? Number 15, Chirac.
I don't feel like we went through all the categories.
Do I need to go through?
Yeah,
you
let's
want me
go
to
through
finish?
Yeah.
Let's go. Impact. If you have Miss Miami for Impact, raise your voting sign
Yeah, I feel like
for who?
for Impact.
Miss Miami.
Miss Miami or Chirac?
Wait, let me just.
Clarify. So impact for the spot of 15 or just on the list?
We're comparing their years.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I feel like the battle with Suge versus Miss Miami was talked about, thought about, debated about far more than anything
Some people are
Chirac did.
saying,
Right, like I agree with you about Chirac, right? I feel like she fire. I can't wait to watch her grow. But I'm going to say that this is the most light she probably ever got.
yeah, because after
Right
that
now,
coffee,
with us talking about her.
But I feel like the fact that we should be talking about
We
Miss
should.
Miami.
Yeah, that's
We
a
should.
fact.
And she should have. Okay, she got Shotgun Suge, Hazzy, and Cheddar. And she got Shuni. She lost her 2 biggest battles on her resume. And I feel like when you look at Chirac, it's the same thing I'm a punch for Chirac that I did for Prestavia. In the sense that I have to judge you in the caliber of people that you're battling. Your resume is not going to be as strong as somebody that is higher in ranking. But what are you doing with the people in your category?
Well, yeah, I ain't
And
really
she's
speaking on
winning.
strength of schedule, right? I feel like Chirac got strength of schedule, but I feel like as far as impact, what people talked about, what
She
people
was
thought
very
about
good
was
at
probably
like-
Miss
yeah.
Miami.
I'm
watch
saying
her
when I say
battle,
an impact
when I
is the
watch-
fact that I'm talking about Chirac now
Right.
is the impact. Because how else, if your year wouldn't that, I'm supposed to be talking about Miss
Right.
Miami. Chirac is in the same thing to me as Prestavia was, where
Miss Miami.
you got to work, and Prestavia had to work even harder to make a top 10. We talking about a top 15 today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like you put in enough work that I can talk about you today confidently. That is the thing. Miss Miami should make this list. She's up there. She should be battling the names that gets her on this list almost automatically. You know what I'm saying? But she lost them battles to me.
So I don't think that it's necessarily a point of not putting Chirac at 15 is what we're saying, right?
No, I'm saying I don't mind.
I'm talking when she's
putting-
referring to impact.
Yeah,
but
we
I
just
would
put
say that
categories
Miss
right
Miami
there.
is
But what
not
I'm saying
as
is,
impactful.
it seems
And
like we.
another because
Go ahead.
I have Miami also higher on the list, so that's the reason why I don't have a problem with Chirac being at 15.
That's what I'm saying.
As
I
long
don't
as
think
it doesn't
any of
bump Miami, that was my thing. As long as it doesn't bump Miami out of.
Yeah, this is
It's
not
somebody
letting
on my
Miami
list
down.
then that
That's
y'all
not
okay,
would
that's
have
fine.
on your
I mean,
list.
I couldn't
Y'all
put-
missing
I-
somebody.
I couldn't
No
put down
problem with bumping
lady
people down and
in
changing
there
position.
for
Who
Miami
has
or
more
Chirac
impact?
to jump out.
Miss Miami or Chirac?
I'm gonna
I
say
think more people
Chirac.
talked about.
Do y'all
Chirac?
want me to
All right,
finish
so
going through the
is it 1 and 1
criteria,
now?
or are we
I mean,
placing
it's
Chirac
2-0
at
right now?
15?
It's
I'm
2.
perfectly fine with placing her at 15.
So that's 2, 3,
Yeah, I'm good.
4. Chirac and number 15 as of right now. Y'all know things can change.
Yeah.
Well, let me stay on the record.
Okay,
I
well,
feel like
let me-
more people were talking about Miss Miami's year than Chirac. That's all I'm gonna say. So I feel like that has to be as far as impact.
You want to go through the categories
But that's
and make
all
sure
I'm
we
gonna
got
say.
it right?
Just in case we got to come back.
Right,
I
though.
offered.
think we-
I did offer
but
to
you
go
know
through the
what I'm saying?
categories.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with Chirac being at 15. Like, we still have some other names I think we'll be arguing over. So, I'm not at 15 at all.
Number 14, ladies. First of all, who do you guys have at number 14?
I'll go first. I have Fendi at 14.
I have First Lady Flames.
And you love First Lady Flames. You got her.
Listen,
down
when
there.
I do this panel, I take my bias completely out.
No, I'm just saying
It's
that
a lot
you
of
love
people
her
that-
style and
So
like
that's
the
what
material.
I'm saying. If I got First Lady,
Mhm.
that means that I just don't feel like, I feel like she had this, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like she had 3 battles with Jack Boy that was involved that really didn't elevate her at all.
Oh, I would say she carried both of them.
And I feel
in
like
them
she did, but
2-on-2s.
in the scheme of looking at it as a total, I can't just judge her in the 2-on-2. It's a cohesive round. And shout out to my dog Jack, but I don't feel like they complimented each other well, and I feel like that's what bring her down. And some of them is losses too. She won against him, you know what I'm saying? But that was my thing, and that's kind of why she's low, because I feel like the 3 battles that involved him wasn't the best showings in as far as a battle aspect.
And I also feel like in comparison to her previous year, she's had an underwhelming year this year. She's probably taken on more matchups.
And it's them
but
battles.
her year was very much more underwhelming than previous years.
And she choked in the Ishmullah battle.
Right. And I
I
would say
never
this.
really ever see her choke.
Yeah, but I would say this about Flames, right? So for me, her year wasn't as impactful as the year prior, but her strength of schedule, she battled all year long. Her material was fire, win or lose a battle. She had a grudge match with my verse. She won that.
That she started on Twitter Spaces,
and that was on the
which
first
was
female
crazy.
volume. That's heavy impact to me.
Yeah.
That's a moment to me. For me, I got Flames in my top 10. So,
the strength
and I
of
got
schedule
Cheddar at
thing-
14.
The strength of schedule thing, like, I think it needs to be strength to the schedule, right? So if
Yeah.
you're taking all these battles and it's not bringing up your brand, then what is it worth?
And she got like a loss to Ishmullah.
Well, see, I'm
she
not
got a
gonna,
win
for
against
me,
Stack
I don't really,
X.
I hear that argument, but I also feel like I'm not finna take nothing away from you because you 30 Jack Boy.
She lost against DNA and official.
I'm not
though.
taking nothing from you for
She
that.
got significant in her resume. She has significant losses. She lost.
She got like 4 losses.
Yeah, she got. I
What's
got her.
that?
I got
Out
her
of,
three.
like,
I
out
got
of
her
how
3
many
and 4.
battles?
But this the thing. She won.
She got
She won the
7.
only battle on her resume that I feel she won that she could supposed to win. The Myverse battle. She won a Stack X battle, and I'm not saying she should have won against Jack Boy, but it's not even rewatchable. He didn't do well. You know what I'm saying? That's not on her. That's not on her. But I'm talking about like as far as like having like a good battle in general. I don't feel like he added to her year at all, and I feel like that's the problem.
For her,
And him being in,
is she even considering her Wody year when she's taking these battles?
yeah, and then her
Well,
Farrah and Swamp had such a good battle against them.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
that was chemistry. That was a battle I didn't know I needed. Like they need to do another 2
I
on
just
2.
can't. I can't see myself taking that much away from her for somebody else's performance.
But you have to because that's what
It's
strength
a
of
cohesive.
schedule
It's the
is.
same way I did Shuni.
Mm-mm.
To me,
Definitely
there's a
cohesive.
battle where Farrah's messing up. Shouts to Farrah, but it brings Shuni's stock down. You know what I'm saying? I have to kind of put in your category that this is a stumbly battle, even though it don't look like you the one that's stumbling. I can't do that for Shuni and not do the same thing for Flames. I think Flames part of their 2-on-2s was the best parts. She carried it, but it's not good.
Right, if we're gonna count a 2-on-2.
I mean,
Yeah, but see, for me, I'm
Official
solely
and
focused
DNA
on
went
your
crazy.
performance,
But
not
see,
Jack's.
That's not how we can
Not
do.
Jack's.
But see, strength of schedule does not say that though. The strength of schedule. That's the thing about it though.
But strength of schedule don't say make an opinion about what your partner did.
It says how hard was their
just said-
schedule.
We have to make an opinion
How
on
We
hard?
just said she
It's a
carried
Right, you have
We
to.
just said she carried it though.
I'm just
You're not
gonna-
giving no credit for that.
I'm
But
just
she
gonna
lost. No,
clarify
we
her
is. No, that's
strength of
individual. No, Ty, that's individual performance. Yeah, I'm gonna give her credit in those 2-on-2s for the work that she did, the same way I did Shuni for the stuff I felt was lacked on the other end. But when you talk about you got a battle with DNA and Official, that's top 2. You lost.
They
I
did
just wanna
lose, but I
clarify
do want
that
to
it
also
do say
add that
And it's
that
not a
was,
good
that
loss.
was on like
Okay.
3 or 4
trying
day
to get
prep
there.
right
Right.
after she 30 Jack
But this
Boy.
the thing. This
Yeah.
the thing. That also matters too, because it's
Did
what
y'all
you
hear
take.
what Rita said? One more again.
Teams, it says under strength of schedule, so you gotta judge both and concurrently.
Yeah.
It
It's
can't
a
be a
team.
separation.
I think
And
that
it's the
once you're
thing.
on a team, you're responsible for the output that your
Absolutely.
team.
So are we
And
the
are we
reason
weighing
I'ma
heavy
give you
on
cre-
the win and loss, or are we looking at the categories
No, the
of
whole
the
package.
whole?
The full
Okay.
package of the battle.
The whole
They
thing.
lost the battle. It wasn't a clean battle. She had to carry the battle. He's not a good partner for her, and she need a new partner.
How was her performance? How was her material? How did she?
She
Well,
did,
it was
but in a
cohesive because
2-on-2,
they
I
did
can't
this together.
just-
They do
I
that
can't
together. You can't
just-
really.
Yeah,
You have to look at the
we don't have a
chemistry.
percentage for Lady Flames. If that was the case, then we take everybody's little piece out of their 2-on-2s and use that to contribute towards this decision. But since there is
I
I
hear
still
that. I
give
hear
her
that.
Ty.
I hear
When
that.
I look at her year, that's why it's kind of like crazy for me, because I
It's
can
a
look at her
roller coaster is what it
individually and I can
is,
be
yeah.
like, you did really good in both the 2-on-2s. Your part you was carrying, I can even tell it was certain parts she knew that he didn't know, and she ain't, she looking like, I know the next part, but it's nothing she can do about her partner. I did give her credit for that. She didn't have no bad showings, except for her choke. She choked against Ishmullah. But I do like.
But
I
it was
did
still
like
a
her
good
material.
battle on her part.
It was
It
still-
was
I do-
damn good to stand in
It's
front
still,
of Ish.
it's material wise, she's always good. It just
Right.
was a little short, and she choked. But
Right.
other than that, I can't look at her year and look at 2-on-2s that don't got replay value on her end that well, and a choke, and say her like,
So
you know
the
what I'm saying?
strong battles.
Yeah, and then
are
you
not-
lost your
Right.
2-on-2. They didn't even keep up for real in that official Jack battle. I mean that official DNA battle. You know what I'm saying?
I hear y'all, but I can't have her at 14.
I love Flames just as much as you.
I got
Tata.
Cheddar at 14.
She might change.
What are we
She
doing
might
here?
change.
I hear y'all. I feel you.
Okay, we
I don't got her at 14.
So
No, that's
Tata,
just too
what's
low
the
for me.
alternative? Who would you?
I
like
got
to see?
Cheddar at 14.
Cheddar.
But
I
how?
don't even have Cheddar.
How do you do that when
What you
she was
mean?
in the Chrome tournament though?
Just because you somewhere don't mean.
But she went to. Okay.
Well,
hold on.
I feel it.
She went, but Cheddar. Okay, hold on. So we're looking
Cheddar
at.
lost to
hold
my
on.
verse in her
She
own
lost
city.
at. Okay,
She lost
but,
to my verse in her own city. Shout out to Cheddar. I fuck with
Okay,
Cheddar.
but she
you feel
also
me?
beat E Hard. She also beat Miss Miami. Like, are you serious?
Listen.
Now, when we look
I
at
have her
strength of
14.
schedule,
Cheddar win was one of the most controversial wins ever.
now that's a fact.
That's a
Now,
fact.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say.
But it is a judge win.
But it is a judge
judge,
because it's
but-
judged.
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's
Y'all
why I
wanna
was
know
gonna
why?
go to
But
the
do-
difficulty.
even
That's
though
what I
it's
was gonna.
judged, y'all judges.
True,
It's
but
I go off the
I said,
categories.
I was
right?
gonna go to the level and the difficulty
wait,
of that
wait,
battle
hold on.
because it was so controversial. So I was gonna go there about that. But even if you, from everything that we just said in regard to Flames, the All-Star games, but if you look at Chedda's overall, how does that not?
She
beat
got
out?
2 3-round battles and one round battle that she lost in her city versus my verse.
Okay,
I
but
don't
she's
have her on my list. I ain't gonna lie.
you
I
don't
got her
have
at
Chedda.
I got her at 14 because I do feel like having the upset
You
in the
think she had a
first
better year than-
tournament for
than
25K. A lot of people had E Hart up there. Like that shit fucked up brackets.
Yeah, she fucked the bracket up.
It did.
Right, it is debatable.
I bought the tray in the shotty and I ain't debating nobody. I hit your bay up in the body. I leave ass slumped in the lobby. Then I skate off and I let a nigga try me. Yeah, I got my shooters in the lobby. Nigga, why you boo wacky? Let a nigga try me. My gang doing it.
My finals.
It's a robbery. Whatever they want to say about that battle, Cheddar won that battle. So
I have a
for
question
me,
about those
that's
battles.
heavy. That's how she ended
What
up
is
on
the
my list.
time on those rounds?
It don't seem like
I
it's
think it was 2:30.
I think it was a
and
3-minute hard
C3.
cutoff, or
3-minute hard cutoff.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I think it was 2. I think it was 2 minutes with a 30-second. You judged.
2:30?
2:30, I believe.
I don't think they were 3.
Okay.
Right,
That's
what was
fair
it?
though. I
No,
just
C3,
remember.
I like
C3,
Cheddar, though.
C3,
I like
and
Cheddar, though.
But she was just letting them rap, though.
I think
Really.
She really was, but
She was letting them
actually,
rap.
when we got to the finals, C3 and Caution was 3 rounds with a 30-second.
30-second
Yeah, she
grace.
let them go to that. But I believe, I thought it was 90 seconds. Why you playing?
I gotta look it up.
A 30-second grace period.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
My verse beat Cheddar. My verse had a fire. What verse? Lady Flames was in
She
the
had a
second round.
Her second round was crazy.
I did not have my verse winning that battle though.
We don't have nobody has my
Flames-
verse in there.
Flames clearly won that
They
battle.
was tripping in the building. They was tripping.
Flames clearly won that battle.
Okay, I got
So
her.
nobody has my verse in the
But my
second
verse makes me want to watch her watching that second round. She makes me want to watch her battle. So
Just I was just looking at that Cheddar battle was a little bit of an upset.
Is that the strongest thing on her resume though? And I'm not even because I feel like, to be honest, 40 choking in that tournament was also an upset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying though, is it all right? So if we win, because I have. Let me make sure.
I guess I'm gonna say for some
so I
people
got
it was an
Flames at
upset.
14.
For me, I had C3 and
I
Bonnie
got
going
Flames
to the
at 14,
finals. So
right? But
it
some
was
of y'all
really
have
upset for me.
Cheddar at 14, right?
I think
I have
some-
Fendi, but I'm willing to. I just wanted to debate it out
Right.
with this section.
I still feel like
Fendi beat Jada Ray in a 3-round.
I feel like some
and she
people
had a
want to add
memorable battle
Fendi
with
to the
Shirley
list.
for Midnight
I'm
Madness.
I'm feeling
Midnight
that in the
Madness.
room.
That was a
Like with Chirac, I feel like some people want to add Fendi.
Okay. Yeah, I think Chirac kind of stands as far as like what we want from a Wody, like at least 3-round.
Battles,
Yeah.
3-round battles.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So 14, who's it between? First Lady Flames and who?
And Cheddar.
And Cheddar.
Me,
Cheddar.
Yeah.
So we could do the whatever criteria.
All right,
kinda
guys,
see
we're
what-
going to go through the criteria. First Lady Flames and Cheddar. Okay, we're going to start at strength of schedule. Raise your Wody hand or Wody flag if you have Cheddar. Okay. Raise your
strength of schedule.
strength of schedule.
She got.
Do you have
Nia
Cheddar?
May, Official, Lady Caution, Farrah Swamp, and My Verse, and Jack Wolf.
Okay, wait.
Wait, my strength of schedule is with
You got
Flames.
Lady. Okay.
I thought we was on Flames now. I thought we had already
Okay.
voted.
We're going through the
My
criteria
bad.
and matching them.
She
No, I
stopped-
thought we had Cheddar for strength of schedule. Then I thought we was going to vote for who had.
Flames. Okay, because
Okay.
I got Flames for strength of
So
schedule.
strength of schedule is going to Flames.
Right.
All right, we're going to go down to Impact. If you have Flames for Impact, raise your Wody flag.
absolutely.
I feel like that. You know I'm be honest, because I just did
That's
all
a
that
tough
punching.
one.
I just did all that punching.
That's a tough one.
I'm
And
not gonna lie,
said
I'm very
that
clear-cut in my
Flames
decision
got
for,
3 battles
Impact.
that's overall underwhelming because Jack jacked them up. And then y'all have Cheddar with an upset that is probably bigger than anything that Flames did on her. So I would have to give Impact to Cheddar.
Agreed.
I agree with Cheddar
So Cheddar for Impact?
Yeah.
Consistency. First Lady Flames, raise your Wody flag.
Okay, now when we judging, this gonna go down to what, because Ty is gonna judge First Lady Flames, and if she judged First Lady Flames was very consistent with the exception of one battle.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But now
Let me say this. Shout out to Sue Sir, Free the Wave. It's like basketball. The more you got the ball, the more you might turn that bitch over.
Okay, but then also with consistency comes to be able to maintain high quality of every battle.
The strength of the schedule. How
I think First Lady Flames has because she had
consistency, but for consistency, do y'all have Flames?
She's more consistent.
That's what I'm saying.
I have Flames for consistency. Okay, we're going to moments.
That's what I'm asking, because I want to ask, because she got 2 2-on-2s that would not be considered consistent. And considering that she has a choke, she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She got 7 battles. So if she got 3 battles,
you feel like Flames messed up in them 2-on-2s?
That's what I'm asking. What I'm asking you for is the distinguishing factor. Are we gonna judge, because we just judged this?
What does consistency
mean? We just was talking about this, and we just said that we can't judge her separately from Jack. So I want to be consistent.
Dependability. That's a word we can use.
What, like?
Well,
you know what you want.
That is another term.
The word out in there.
That is another term.
But we cannot judge her outside.
But if
her
y'all want the exact
partner.
definition, conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness.
I will say this.
Then she's consistent.
Flames is
but
consistent.
Who do y'all have
and
more
consistency
consistent?
pertaining
Cheddar
to
Cheddar lost to my verse. She lost to Miami.
This is what was judged.
Like she shows up. If they say we're gonna book this, she's gonna battle.
I was very shocked to see that she choked against Ishmael.
We don't lack a First Lady Flames.
We don't. But her battles have not. She got 3 battles that have not been 3 battles, not her, that have not been inconsistent. So have not been consistent. So in comparison to Cheddar,
with the performance that we're expecting
of Wody, right?
I expect, but I
think that's Wody. Like, when you gotta,
I just want to make sure
when you got to carry your 2-on-2,
I just want to make sure that we
being.
I just want to make sure we not taking because I would have Flames there. She's already on my list, but I just want to make sure that we not taking away from something from Cheddar that she should have, because First Lady Flames do got 2 other battles aside of Ishmael that are not good, and I'm not saying it's because of her, but as overall, it's not a good showing.
Cheddar is cleaner.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
So we saying just overall, clean. We looking at clean.
When I'm looking at your rounds,
though, that matters to me.
I'm not gonna lie.
So is clean a part of performance and consistency?
She wasn't clean in the season.
I think it is a part of both.
And now you can have individual performance for the battles.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not.
I'm gonna say if you got 2-3 round battles,
watching her battles, I didn't Cheddar with regards to Cheddar. Watching her battles, I didn't have a moment where I was just like, yeah, she should have said that this way. She should have said that, or maybe she didn't.
She did choke against CJ.
Oh yeah, but I still.
They both got I was trying to let her finish. I was trying to let her finish.
To Flames though. Okay, so let's just make that clear.
And then we can also do this, right?
In a solo performance, they both got one. So in a solo performance, they both got one.
And 1 round battle, right? And you can't be clean with those 3, but we harping on somebody who got 10 battles and wasn't clean in 1. I got Flames, man.
No, we have to harp on that because that is Flames' choice. Flames has to strategize when she's going out there.
I thought we
If
talking
she's
about
thinking about
consistency.
Wody,
I thought we talking about if
don't
she
know
was
if
clean or
she's-
not.
No, we were, but
Okay.
you're saying that you're comparing the amount of numbers
between the quality of the battles.
I'm saying like if
you're-
she has 10 battles and she choked one time,
Right.
and she has 3 battles,
Right.
and one of them is a 1-rounder, and she choked one time, how can we give it to the person who has less?
I don't think it's fair that we use those amount of numbers of battles because that's not a requirement.
Well, because
it's
with
not
the
required
choke-
for you to have 10 battles for me
Right,
to judge.
right, but-
So it's up to you to decide which
And those
strategy you're
10
going to pick
battles
to
may not-
perform at
may
your best
not
level.
amount
Navigate through your year.
You
It's
have to
also,
break
that
down
also
those
let you
10
know what you
battles,
get.
too.
That's what I say too.
You have
like,
to break down those 10 battles
with Jack-
because there's the all-star, there's the 2-on-2s, there's 1-rounders, and then there's 3. Whereas Cheddar has had 3, she has had...
Which choke had more impact on a battle?
But we not talking, but it, okay.
Which choke? Because if we focused on the choke, right?
But let me get the thought. Let me get the thought process out. Let me get the thought process.
they both got one choke apiece in a solo battle.
Right, but underwhelming battles. Who has the most underwhelming battles?
That's where I'm because I still have I have Flames. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna punch for her, but I don't want to be unfair to Cheddar if her year looked better when you watch her battles back.
Cheddar's year looks better.
That's what I mean. That's why I want to give it to stay clean.
I feel like Flames went crazy versus my verse in the grudge match.
Right.
I feel like Flames went crazy versus Jack Boy and clearly 30 him. What we talk?
It needs to give
Okay,
Bodie.
but wait, hold on, Tata, because that goes back to strength of schedule and the level of difficulty of the opposition. If he wasn't good, it's right there, baby.
You say
if he wasn't good,
everybody Cheddar battle.
It's right.
Don't
shoot the messenger. It's right there. You cannot shoot the messenger. It's right there.
So we giving consistency to Cheddar. That's what we do.
I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
Biasness aside, because I do these unbiased as possible. It sounds like Cheddar had a more even. They both got a solo choke, a solo battle choke. But if you're looking at the rest of the battles that's on their list, Flames got a few more that's not. It's not her fault, but that's her partner. She chose to sign a contract with him. And I can't help that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn you, Jack. I hear you. I can.
That's just one
You remember the
category.
first year?
That's just
You remember
one
the first
category.
year we did this? You remember the first year we did this and we talked about even though somebody may have more battles than somebody else, it mattered who did better and what and some.
That's matter. It's quality.
And I don't feel like
it's quality.
I feel like okay. So just for tie.
To Cheddar.
So she had an upset in the tournament. Is there anything else on Flame's resume
I think that's
higher?
a bigger moment.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the bigger
so she
moment.
beat Jack, but he messed up 2 of her other battles.
Well,
damn,
I mean, I hear y'all. Y'all compare.
So her having an upset would
for
seem
me,
like
I
she's
wasn't
higher.
really looking at her 2-on-2s. I was comparing Cheddar's single battles to Flame's single battles. That's what I was doing here.
But you bring her on a curve.
I mean, I hear
Because
that,
you
but
taking away
I feel like
her
Flame's got enough material for me to be able to take plenty of her battles that she's by herself and compare it to.
Mind you, she's on my list, so I didn't have Cheddar on my list. I'm just going by I'm just trying to be consistent throughout.
I do have Cheddar on my
things
list.
that I took away from other people.
Right.
I want to make sure I'm being consistent.
making sure that everything is cohesive.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
I
I'm
don't
here
want nobody
for.
to
That's
be
what
like,
I'm
well,
here
how
for.
did y'all count it this way and y'all didn't even look at it the other way for the other person?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's all.
Facts.
And we can
So
vote.
we're going for Cheddar with consistency, just so we're clear.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
gonna
with
go with
y'all.
Cheddar.
I'm with y'all.
Okay, we're gonna move down to moments. Okay, we still ain't get off of this. We're gonna move down to moments. If
Moments.
you have First Lady Flames for moments, raise your booty sign.
She got more. She got more. She 30 Jack Boy. Again, I don't know why everybody keep trying to take something away from her for that, but she 30 Jack Boy on Kings vs. Queens in a judge battle. She 30'd him. Then she had a grudge match with my verse, and that was one of the most talked about battles of that
It
weekend.
wasn't talked about build up. It was
Right.
because of the they always see the backstory.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: they sold the fight. That's what we want in battle rap. I'm not taking nothing away from them for that.
Highly
and then my
anticipated.
verse went in there and she did what she told us she would do, is show us something. Her second round was crazy.
Fire.
I thought that was fire, but I still have Flames clearly winning that
She
battle,
did.
and it was still post
Cheddar
battle.
would have that
one of the
one
most talked
upset.
about. It was
That's the
positive.
biggest thing
I'ma
on her
say this,
resume.
it was
I
positive.
disagree.
It was positive though. It was positive.
First women's tournament.
It wasn't the same with Cheddar
And it
and E-Heart.
broke people
E-Heart is
it
a
broke
vet,
people
and
bracket.
everybody had E-Heart winning that matchup.
I ain't gonna
clearly.
lie, that's
and then
one,
the
though.
matchup happened and it
That's
got
one.
jumped. But I feel like that moment was so huge.
Yeah.
I'ma
Okay,
say
so
this.
different reasons.
I'ma say this.
I feel
Ty,
like
I got one point. I got
E-Heart
one point.
was a bigger
Flames
moment than Flames beating Jet.
Ty, I got
Positive
one point.
talk.
I got
when
one
that
point.
E-Heart Cheddar battle happened, it wasn't nothing but negativity.
Positive talks?
Positive talk.
What the hell is that?
I got
I'm
one-
saying
I
you
feel
didn't
like
hear.
my
You didn't
verse-
hear anybody saying
What
somebody
is a
got
co- a
robbed.
positive
You
talk?
didn't hear anybody saying Flames was terrible in that battle. That she didn't really
But I
have.
feel like
nothing.
my verse is
It doesn't matter if it's
my
positive or
okay, so
negative.
Ty, let's look at it like this.
She got two.
Ty,
She
look
got
at it
two
like
moments
this.
for me
Look at it
versus
like this.
one. I'm sorry.
If you're looking at if I got a card right now and I got Cheddar verse E-Heart and I got Flames verse my verse, who you gonna pick to win? You're not gonna never pick my verse over Flames.
No.
But you
No.
gonna for 100% pick E-Heart over Cheddar. So that's the separation because
I
that have to
agree.
be more impact.
I agree with that. I think
And
some
then
people
what
had
else did she
E-Heart
do
winning
that
the
was
whole
impactful?
But
pack.
okay,
What
so
else
we giving
did
her
Cheddar
the
do
one.
that was
But
impactful?
now when you look
Uncle
at that,
first
now
round.
that's not just one battle. That's called fucking up a whole tournament bracket.
I hear that, but when she didn't do those, she didn't. I hear you, but I'm saying as far as her impact in a battle, we have this moment. We have this moment, right?
She went to round 3.
In my opinion, Flames didn't have any moments
She fucked the bracket up
that
then
were
with the long
notable
run.
for
That's
2022.
impact.
I felt like
She went
30
to
and Jack Boy
almost
was
the
crazy because
$25,000.
nobody had her
It could've
doing
been
that.
Cross
That's a
Shit
moment
and
to
Cheddar.
me.
I can
Nobody
see
had
that.
her 30 and Jack Boy. People had her
No,
losing
we
to him.
did.
I
Well,
did.
I mean,
I had her smoke.
Like
Shout out to my
nobody.
girl.
Wait a minute.
I'm always for the ladies, so I had Flames, but I didn't think she.
But
could go in there
nobody
and
expected for Cheddar is still an underdog in this shit.
Yeah, I
She's
do
still
not
very
believe-
And
underrated.
so is my verse.
She's
That's why
underrated,
her
but she ain't
clearing my
underdog
verse
to me.
isn't as
When
big
you
of
beat
a
four,
deal.
you beat official.
No,
it's
no, no.
like you
Listen to
Cheddar
what I'm
clearing
saying.
E-Heart
I
in a
agree,
tournament
but
and
in the
going the long
culture,
run, if she
she's
would've
still
cleared
very
her, then got
underrated.
killed
That's
the
what I'm
next
saying.
round, it would be
Underappreciated.
different.
There you go.
Right.
Underappreciated.
Absolutely. It was.
And
That was
way
definitely.
too much.
We
It's
ready
way
to-
more monumental.
So now
Yeah,
we
I feel
voting.
like
Are we
it-
voting for a moment right now?
Okay.
If you have Cheddar, raise your voting sign.
That's for moment.
For a moment.
Moments. Okay. So Cheddar won that.
Where we at?
We are now at material. For
No, I
number
mean
14.
on the board.
Like, isn't it fair to
Is
say
it
that
two?
Cheddar won
Is
this
it
spot?
2-1 or
At this
2?
vote? Because we do the votes now, because we're voting through criteria.
Right.
We are.
And I think Cheddar got like 4 of those votes already.
Oh, she did.
She might do. That's why I'm saying
Strength
I'm
of
punching.
schedule,
I want to punch
impact.
for
We just did
Flames, but I can't
consistency. We just
deny.
did
Moments. Yeah, she got it. So
She do.
It sound better.
So we're putting Flames in the number 14 spot.
for now.
We putting Flames in the 14.
For now.
We put Flames.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to say my dog's
Yeah.
back.
Wait, hold on, wait.
We placing Cheddar.
We're placing
14.
Cheddar. I apologize.
Cheddar, this is what's crazy. Cheddar's on my list at 14 right now.
Okay,
So-
I thought we
Wait.
were doing this to see who would go in 14. So
Yeah.
Cheddar
Cheddar.
wouldn't go in
That's what we
14.
were doing to see whose year was better
No,
comparing the years.
it's a
Oh.
placeholder for now, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
for now. For now.
I don't
Yeah.
see. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have
gonna
her
take top
higher than
for now.
nobody else
Right.
on my list, though. I
Because
don't
I
see
feel
her
like-
punching over nobody else on my list.
How
I'm
many
gonna be
y'all got
honest.
for 13?
Okay, so I'm gonna put
okay.
Flames next to this just in case.
Cool. Okay.
Cheddar might need to go up higher.
Look, shout out to all the ladies.
I mean, we'll talk about it when we get there. Y'all feel like it's a need for another debate? I mean, we can get there and do that.
So Cheddar's at 14 right now.
Yeah.
Cheddar's at
She's-
14
I
right
had her
now.
higher, but okay.
I feel like my list is so different from y'all.
We all do different. We
Well,
all do this
I think
differently.
it's like
That's why
that
we're here
every-
talking
It's
about
like
it.
y'all
Yeah,
have
like
a
that
valid
every
point.
year.
I just kicked First Lady Flames off my list for Cheddar, so.
Well, no, you didn't kick her off. She's
No,
just,
I mean, no, I picked her over First Lady Flames, and I didn't have
but
Cheddar
she
on my
might
list.
still be.
Look, it's
I
okay.
know
Listen,
that.
we here to do our due diligence. We not here to have a perfect list of our own. We here to make a perfect
Ain't
list.
nobody gonna get
Feel
what they
me?
want. Yeah.
We here to make a perfect list together. Like nobody's list is gonna be.
All right, let's get to 13.
Let's get to number
Yeah, let's get to
13,
13.
y'all.
Who's going first for
Who
13?
do y'all have for number in y'all number 13 spot?
Bonnie.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not really mad at that. I mean, I feel like Bonnie had a good year, but I'm
gonna say, and let me tell y'all why, right? So the way that I do my process is I take each individual person that I feel like is in the top 10, top 15, whatever. I give them a number based off of the criteria. So you could be a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I did this, right, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Bonnie alone got 5 out of the 6 for me. Sometimes she just don't have no impact, and that be the issue a lot.
Okay,
but let me finish.
Oh, I'm about to
She
push
had
her
a 5, right? But when I compared her to the other 5s, which I'm gonna give y'all, and y'all can agree or disagree. I said, did Bonnie have a better year than C3? No. Did she have a better year than Official? No. Did she have a better year than Prestavia? No. Did she have a better year than Vixen? No. Did she have a better year than 757 Caution?
I got her over Official.
You have her over Official. So let's talk about it.
So we're talking about better years. We're talking about better years.
Her Robin Rhymes battle and her Caution battle is
2 Caution battles.
No,
back to back.
Hold on, no. I'm only going to talk about 2 specific battles right now.
Which Caution battle though?
The one on RBE.
Both
She
were
got
3
a
rounds.
champion.
close
She
battle.
got a champion cover for shout out to Jay Black. She got a champion cover for her Robin Rhymes battle. That's
And she
damn near
did that
bigger
battle.
than everything.
Well, both her and what's that?
I don't think it's bigger than the battle with Casey.
Okay, but you mean to tell me
don't.
she went and rapped at RBE's event and turned around and went and did the tournament the next day?
23.
And she went. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. The reason she's high.
But
Official lost to
if we're gonna
Av,
discuss
She
strength
lost
of
to
schedule,
DNA.
we're gonna discuss
She
strength of
lost
schedule,
to
right?
Av, she
Are they
lost to
bad
DNA.
losses? This is the thing. Are
That
they bad
Av-
losses?
that
She had
Av battle
top
is stinky.
tier competition. I don't know how we could argue Bonnie's strength of schedule is better than Official's. She battled Casey. She battled DNA. She battled Av. She did the 2-on-2 right after that versus Jack Boy and Flames. She did
She
the
lost.
the
They
shooter
won.
room
Yeah, those battles were like a loss.
Battle of the Year contender. Then she battled Jade.
But that's
Like,
one part
she had-
of that made 2 parts of strength of schedule.
battled
right,
Jade,
and I
that was a good
compared- I
performance.
compared each
So her frequency,
category.
her frequency.
Her battle with Casey is not on a scale of bad to great. It's a little above average. The total battle. It's not that.
Hold on, Robin
Material-
Rhymes and Bonnie battle
material
is
wise-
not better than Casey J and Official. I'm sorry.
I would agree with that.
I'm sorry.
She,
I would agree with that.
I'm slow. You know I rock with you.
but
I
I'm
can't-
saying though, it was impactful for her on her league. I don't think that. Okay, so Casey and Official had a really good battle. I tweeted that this is a little bit of a slept on battle to me, but I don't think that is the caliber that it should have run. And it could be because Casey had, she was injured, and I still feel like she punched through that really well.
She did great to be in the booth. And I don't like them shouldas,
crowd
coulda,
wasn't-
woulda.
the crowd-
Official and Casey went crazy, and I don't feel like performance, material, moment. I don't feel like the Bonnie and Robin Rhymes battle.
Bonnie
is
got-
compare to
Bonnie
Casey
got
and Official,
four
but I feel
wins.
like
Bonnie got
Bonnie, and we
Caution.
comparing that, I feel like Bonnie
Bonnie
and
got
Caution
4
could compare.
wins.
And if you wanted to compare those two, how do you rank that?
Now the first, which one? The first
Either
battle
or,
RBE?
whichever one you
Now,
decide. Because to be honest with me, they both was
I'm gonna
wicked
say
and
this:
both
Bonnie
those
got
battles
4
are good,
wins.
but I don't feel like
Bonnie
their
got 4
material. I
clear
just don't see
wins,
those
one
battles better.
debatable. 4 clear wins, 1 debatable.
I feel like the
I like
And
the
Official
first one was
got
debatable.
2
Bonnie
clear
was
wins,
debatable.
1
Okay,
debatable.
Okay,
in those-
tell
in
me
those
in the
two
history.
matchups.
Wait a minute. Tell me in the
Bonnie
history
winning
of battle
the
rap that anybody has done a rematch that fucking fast and actually had great material in both battles.
I mean, they literally
Tell me.
battled and
I
then
mean-
was in the tournament and then ended
And
up
she
having
went
to
the
battle
long run
again.
in the
I'm not saying
You don't
saying
do
that
rematches
doesn't
that
happen,
quick.
but you're not
She
gonna
went the
tell
long
me
run.
that her
that's one battle,
resume,
though.
that her
Correct.
resume was tougher than Official's. Where I just can't. I can't with y'all.
How
I
is
can't.
that tough? How
Rapping
is that
at a
not
high,
tough?
she was rapped at a high. She rapped at a higher level than Official last year. Period.
Wakey
Who
has
rapped
said-
at a higher level?
was that you
Bonnie.
said-
She's
you talking about
higher
you
than
had a- who
Official.
was that
She
that said
rapped
had
at a
better,
higher.
appreciation
Official
for her
best
cadence?
battles.
Like
was her
Bonnie
Jade
was
battle,
completely in a
her
different bag
funeral
at
battle,
that time.
and she did well in the first 2 rounds of her DNA battle. That Ab battle is a stinker,
And she did great versus Casey.
It's an average. I've seen much better officials.
That battle was that he just said that.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna
it's
say this:
still not a good
material
battle.
is part of the criteria, and it is subjective.
I like Casey
never
and
voted.
official.
I'm not going
I don't
off.
know.
I'm not going off criteria.
I
It's
think
not
it's
a good. It's not a good battle.
It's not a good battle. And it
The crowd affected the way they performed.
Not
That's
only
why it's a
is-
bad battle. It's not because of just the crowd wasn't reacting. The crowd they're literally
Which-
having a
which
conversation
battle?
in
Was that
battle,
their-
talking about how
was
bad
that
the
their
crowd
gender
is. It's
war
not
battle?
a good
What
battle.
battle?
the Chrome 23.
That's
I just want to make sure I was
it's
right.
for ladies and gents.
So that's
Yeah,
like Chrome
yeah.
23's first year. That
I
film,
like Casey and
the
official.
quality of those battles
I
at that
liked it.
time
Well,
is
you
just.
can just see the frustration.
They were. I'm saying when I'm saying the
So
battle.
that could
The crowd, everything
Everything about
affected,
it.
it
quality
affected
as
the
well as the
performance
crowd. It did.
itself. That's what I'm saying.
I think
it's
it
not like
affected every
I have
battler on
had
that
battlers this year that I had to judge and take the crowd out because they punched through that crowd to at a high level where it's like the crowd not reacting. They kept rapping. When I'm looking at official and Ab rap, that crowd was getting on their nerves. They was legitimately annoyed. They were having a conversation about how he was like, "Bro, that was fire. That's terrible. That's terrible. They're not reacting."
But I
Like,
mean, the crowd
affected
wasn't
them.
reacting because of issues, those technical issues.
But
Because
either
if that
way,
crowd was
it's
there
hard
for
to-
battle rap, they would have been reacting.
But we
because
can't blame the
official
crowd.
and
I was about to say,
did go crazy in that battle.
We
gotta focus on the material and what was said.
But we're saying that they didn't get
No
through
offense,
their
you made-
material as smoothly because of the
I just feel
issues
like they
surrounding the
material was
battle.
fire enough to have
I feel like they both
reactions.
should be able to
That's
deal with
all.
that situation.
Yeah, they have to.
I mean, it's easier said than done. We're not MCs, so we.
Yeah, no, they have to.
I ain't gonna lie,
it's
we
easier
see
said
Vixen
than
push
done.
through a lot.
Vixen punched through crowds like a pro, and
You have
you
to.
got a fit. They irritated, and it's like the difference when I judge official and her loss. I mean, Vixen and her losses, I give her hella credit for punching through a crowd who just not there for her because her material is punching
I'm
on all
not
cylinders.
watching official versus Av again.
Ever again, but I'm gonna watch Jazz versus Vixen all day. I will watch that battle again, and the crowd is still terrible for Vixen. It's not a good showing. It's just not. It doesn't matter when you grading an entire battle. You're talking about material. That's one aspect, and I can give them a decent level for that. But when they can't punch through a crowd because either the crowd is that terrible or they don't have the energy for it, it's a bad showing.
I ain't saying
Bad
that
showing.
they had a great showing. What I'm saying is, if we're comparing strength of schedule, if you have Bonnie's strength of schedule stronger than officials and official
She got
batter
more
nothing but
wins.
top tiers and legends, it's kind of crazy to me.
but that's
It
the
don't
list
matter.
of
She still has to
opponents.
perform.
Right.
She still has to
list.
perform at a
That's
level.
the, wait a minute.
We
That's
not.
the
There's
list
no. We're
of
not giving nobody no
performance.
breaks.
I mean,
It's
that's
Goldie.
the list.
Av and official, I hear it. The crowd, the way they was reacting.
Quality of the battle.
What other battle do y'all feel like official has like that?
Against what?
What
Other battle do y'all feel official has that has that look of Av versus official? Because that's just one top tier that we're talking about.
Let's talk about her
Amongst the
versus
other
DNA
top
then.
tiers.
Official versus DNA.
Official was fire.
In the first two rounds,
DNA
she
is
did
just
real good. She had a
DNA.
super short third.
DNA.
She had a super short third, but I do feel like she did
The first
well.
two rounds, the first and
two rounds was
second,
good.
like I just
But
feel
I
like
still
official's
don't-
material
I do
performance.
think official holds her own. Like I don't think that she. I feel like
I give y'all the
considering
Av
her
footage.
like
I give
looking
y'all
at
the
her
Av versus
resume.
official footage, but outside of that, I cannot tell y'all she had a bad performance, and she battled top tiers.
Honest opinion.
You can't say she doesn't show up.
The thing about it is, everything that you're
2 on
saying
2
is
was
not
alright.
wrong.
It was
But
alright.
when we look at the list of opponents, okay, you got that. Wins and losses, you might have that. But the frequency. How many battles does Bonnie have?
How are the quality?
Bonnie has 11. Official has 6.
She battling.
And how many battles? How many battles? Wait. Hold on, Ted. Hold on, because you got that. You got the list of opponents, but there's still three
I mean,
other
I'm asking
criteria
y'all
in
because
that.
we speaking about their wins and losses, so it really matter to y'all in this argument.
Two clear wins to me. Her battle with Casey is debatable. I feel like.
No. Nope. That one ain't
What was the
debatable to me,
impact?
man.
What was
I'm
the
confused.
impact of Official? Like, what in 2022? Official had it was a quiet year. Yeah, she was outside, but it was quiet for Official.
She does have
She
some.
showed
I
up
mean,
and she
when-
was
when-
honorable,
Bonnie-
but
She
at
had
the
some with
most.
the app because
I
everybody
give
was
her.
waiting for the
She
app
did
and
well.
official
She
battle.
had a
Yeah,
good
the
year.
app
But
and
Bonnie
official.
gets
Yeah,
impact.
the app
Bonnie
and
got
app.
it.
Bonnie went
Um,
all the way to the
course.
semifinals in the first
Right, hold on,
all-female
stop right there.
tournament.
Stop. I'm gonna get there. We
I
gonna
thought
get
we
there.
was on
Oh,
strength
okay. I'm
schedule.
sorry.
And she
I didn't know
got
we was
two
going-
really,
we talking
really
about
good
all of
showings
it.
on her
We talking about
resume.
all
I
of
thought
it.
we was doing one at a time, and I thought we was on strength of schedule
I don't
and
even- I
not
couldn't even
impact.
tell you
So that is
I
my
heard
fault.
impact. That's why I
my
started
fault.
talking. I'm
That's
sorry.
my fault.
She's
I
getting
thought we
surgical.
were
All
talking
right,
about
all right.
strength of
Let's
schedule
go.
and
Let's
not
scale it
impact.
back. Let's scale it back and let's go back to
Respectfully,
that.
So to the viewers, I apologize. I thought we were speaking on strength of schedule and not impact. So just so
But can we
clear.
move on to impact so that we're clear and we can go through all the criteria and we can put both of them against each other in all aspects
what
of the
that's
criteria
what I
instead
thought
of
we was
focusing
doing.
on
Because
one
I don't think
aspect
we
of
were
the
done with strength
criteria.
of schedule. But
I felt
okay.
like we was
If
on
we
13
look at,
and
we
me and
could
Ty
look
Ty
at their
accidentally
battles
started arguing
and
about
know what
Bonnie
the
and
strength of
Official.
schedule is. They're pretty even.
I think we need to go back to
Except-
13. We need to
except
reset
I'm
and go
gonna-
back to 13 because me and
We
Ty Ty
are
started
placing for
arguing.
number
No,
13
but I
and
know-
Official came up and Bonnie came up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Why
no
Bonnie is
So
doing
we
a
have it at
tournament,
13 then.
and
Right.
she's
Official
breezing
and
through a
Bonnie shouldn't be
tournament.
nowhere
So we're gonna
near
talk
this
about
13.
strength of
That's what I'm
schedule.
saying, like-
We shouldn't be talking.
I don't know why
But my
we're
13, how about
talking
this?
I just
But
was
I
trying to
got
break
Lady
it down
Caution
for
at
Tata
13.
so that
I
we
got Lady
could.
Caution at 13. That's who
Lady
I have.
Caution has entered the
I'm not
chat.
mad at Lady Caution.
She
I have
had
Lady
for me
Caution
too.
at 13.
She was definitely in there for me.
Can I say
People with these
some?
categories,
Can I
don't
say
win.
some?
I did
Because
it. I did it.
are we okay? I understand we're going first with what the fans voted for the top 15, but if we keep adding more and more new names, then people are gonna start getting bounced out.
Well, they're
that's
gonna
what
get
it's
bounced
supposed
out.
to be, right?
And I just
That's
wanna
what it's
make
supposed
sure
to
I
be.
know. I just want to
That's
make
what
sure.
it's supposed to be.
I just want to make sure.
Right.
Because
Yeah, they
we
can
do
do
this
that.
every year.
The fans should contribute
I mix
more.
the list and then it's all help. I
But
just
we
want to make
always,
sure.
that's what we
Okay, I just
do.
wanna
That's
make
what we do. We gonna respect them by going through their list.
I'm tryna run it up, sick and tired of fake love. I ain't tryna make up. Most hoes be dubs, most niggas be bums. Lot of hoes be broke, say they will but they won't. Pussy water, can you float? Cause you gotta eat it up. Then hit the door, you gotta beat it, bruh.
That's what we do. We
just wanna make sure.
respect them
They're
by
getting
going
bounced
through
out.
their list.
Okay.
Who they pick, but at the end of the day, we got our shit too. I mean, we got our own too.
We got our own shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I got Lady Caution at 13. Who do y'all got at
Does
13?
anybody debate that? Anybody
No.
else
I
debate
love to
mad
have
at
her
that.
on the list, but
She got
she
4
didn't meet the
wins, 1 loss,
criteria.
4 one-rounders,
But
1
she got,
three-rounder.
hold on. Wait.
She
yeah.
only
She
got
got,
one 3-round battle, man. That's my
got one
sis.
3-round,
I
and
love
Jazz
her.
couldn't make the list last year. One 3-round
With that
battle,
gaddis,
no, it was
with that crazy performance of the year.
Hold on. You said
She
Lady
had-
Caution has one.
She has
She
one
had
3-round battle.
She had
No.
2 main
thought
events,
she the
1
boss,
co-
because
she
I have-
she
hold
had
on.
Hold on, because I have.
On the she battle,
on.
she the
I
boss
got
on the
it.
first
Hold
lady
on.
volume. But the rest is 1-round.
No, she has. Yeah, okay, yeah, but they all got 1-rounders. That's what. Okay,
You have to have at least 2 3-rounders.
Okay.
And
That's the
that's just the criteria. Like that's
So we
sis. I would
taking
love
her
to have her on this.
off? I
She
know.
has some of the best material.
No,
Y'all
Okay.
taking her
Best
over. You're
performances.
moving Cheddar to 13, Chirac to 14, and Lady Flames to 15.
Wait a minute.
No.
Okay, wait.
Cause where does
just
Lady
leave
Caution
Flames
like
right here,
criteria
right
wise?
here. They said she don't
Where does she
want
fit
nobody.
in?
She's
If you're not there
She
criteria
the
wise,
only
then
person
she's
on
not
my list
there
that don't got
criteria.
She's
two
not.
rounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like we have to really think about that part.
And I get that. I'm
She
not
doesn't
even,
have the
I'm not even
two
gonna be mad
battles.
at
Right,
her.
I got
I'm not gonna be mad
I
at
had
her.
to
But this
remember
the
that.
If
thing.
she
The
did
only
though, it'd
thing-
be a little dark for
Okay,
some
The only
people.
thing I'm gonna punch for,
we
the
got
only
Cheddar,
thing I'm
we
gonna
got
punch
Cheddar
for,
at 13.
the only thing I'm gonna push for, she got hella
space
main
for
events
everybody,
though. She got
actually.
2 main events, she got a co-main event, and she got 4 wins and 1 L. I will say that.
But
And
she has.
I'm
I'm glad
glad
you brought
Hold on,
sis up.
Lady
I'm
Caution?
glad
Lady
you brought
Caution
her
had
because
a
her
few
birthday
years
we
ago.
celebrated, but
Like I just want to know like what were the
She has
wins?
some of my best
she won against
performances,
she
best
won
battles.
against
EAZ.
She went
hold on,
crazy.
wait. She won against EAZ, First Lady Flames,
She
Big
smoked
Body
him.
G's. Her
smoked him.
losses to Shuni and Fetty and that 2-on-2.
right.
And then she won against Cedar
I
Boss.
need her level of competition to step up.
But the reason I have her on my list, and I get it, we can take her off because she don't meet the qualification. I feel like she had an amazing year for her personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far
She got
as
body by Yoshi to end 2021. She came back with
she did. That's why I have her there because I feel like as far as when I look at somebody elevate. She definitely did. She didn't play no games, but she doesn't have the strength of schedule.
She's like one of my. Okay, can I ask a question? I mean, if we're going, okay, to make this easier or not, should we say who we have on our list?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you have someone in the number 13 position
'Cause
outside
I'm
of
I don't.
name
Mine's
and
is
name.
blank. Just because.
What are your thoughts on QB?
I like
No.
that you brought her up.
Nope.
But she didn't have much of a year
Right.
in
Body
2022.
by 2 people.
She improved throughout the
I'm happy
year.
she's back.
Every battle she did since when she got body by 40 on Chrome
wouldn't
23.
have-
This
she
she
got
is much
better
better.
I
every
wouldn't
battle.
have
I'll
to
give
go
her
so
that.
I have her with
But
one.
I got her
one-
losing to A Ward.
Right.
Of course, body by 40, clear, bad. Material was not good. It was not no gentleman, none, just bad.
J Love might have had a way
what
more
else?
I had
outside
J Love
year.
on mine.
I think she did well in the tournament as far as she
J-Lo
went.
might have.
I thought she did well in the tournament. But like I said, she would be more of an honorable mention.
Yeah, Jay Love's an honorable mention as well.
I got her. I have her. J Love on mine.
Oh,
I got
so
Jade
13.
on mine as well.
Yeah, 13 guys. What are we?
I still
Okay.
got Bonnie
That's
right there,
QB.
but who
I
y'all put
thought-
there? Who y'all trying to put?
No, I thought we had Flames. I thought we said
I
Flames.
What are we
Cheddar.
doing with Flames?
I thought we said
Are
Flames
we-
14.
I got
No,
Flame.
she didn't make
I
that
said,
list.
look, we didn't agree.
Cheddar-
We didn't
Cheddar-
agree on moving everybody up.
She didn't
But
make
are
that
we
spot.
going to
Cheddar
bring
made that
Flames
spot,
into this
CC.
conversation again around this?
Because
point?
There's no way Flames is much higher on this.
No, we have Flames at 15,
She better
Cheddar
than
at
Chirac
13, and Chirac at 14.
No,
I
I
got
had
Chirac
Chirac
at 15.
at
15.
Locked in.
This shit
Chirac,
prime
yeah.
time.
There's
that's
so
what we
much
voted
space.
for.
That's what I'm trying to say. I know where what we voted for, but 13 is space. There's space.
Yeah, mine's still blank.
There's space.
Because I had Bonnie there, but y'all
That's what I'm trying to say.
Bonnie
Like
higher.
Flames might be 15. That's all. But
Okay,
who do you
so-
guys think 13 is?
I can go with Cheddar.
Cheddar
We
at
have Cheddar at
13
14.
doesn't bother
I
me.
thought we
I'm
just
not
said
mad
Cheddar
at-
13, Flame 14, and Chirac 15. Who just said that?
I wanted that.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
felt
what
like
I
that's
thought.
how, I felt like that
oh.
made sense.
Right. I'll take that.
I feel like it makes sense.
First, I just
We can change it.
yeah.
We can
So
change
let's
it.
get this
First lady
order
on my
right.
list.
Let's get this order right.
Okay.
Period.
Who
Okay.
was in number
If
15?
she
I had we
I
had
have
Shay
Chirac.
Rack
Chirac,
at 15.
right?
I
Yes.
thought.
Or we
I have
We had
Chirac.
Shay Rack at 15.
We're putting Flames at 15.
Y'all have Shay
Do
Rack.
y'all want Flames at 15? Do y'all agree with that?
We're moving Shay Rack up. So if we have
Shay Rack will be moving up.
okay,
to
so wait.
14.
So Lola's argument is,
She don't
did
got
Shay
the-
Rack have a better year than Flames?
She do as far as her individual performances, but she's lacking on. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Y'all may be right. Y'all
She
may
has a
be
decent
right.
resume, vets on her resume.
No.
She showed up every time
You
with
right.
consistency.
Ty Ty's gonna lose it.
This lady Flames has the
I'm listening.
moments.
What moments? Child.
Yes.
Shay Rack.
If
Even though I feel like
What
my
moment- tell me
verse
what
and the
moment
Jack
Chirac
Boy
got.
battle, Flames was working the camera.
Somebody
She was
give me a
working the
moment.
crowd. She had that motherfucker rocking. Okay, battling Jack Boy. Yes, my verse clearly won the second. She did her motherfucking thing in the second round. But yes, but Flames was cooking. She was not phased.
Talk, CC.
I'm sorry.
I would have Shay Rack
I'm
under
sorry.
Flames.
I
On my
gotta
list,
say
Shay
that
Rack
Flames.
is under Flames. I had Shay Rack and then I had Flames.
I do not
But
have
do you have Cheddar?
Chirac
Do you have
above
Cheddar
Flames.
above Flames?
No.
I would have Cheddar above Flames after the discussion that we had.
So
I
then you
would
guys
Shay
have
Rack, Flames,
Cheddar at 13,
At
Flames at
13,
14,
right. That's
And
what I
then-
had.
Chirac at 15.
Yeah, that's what I would have based on them names.
Wait,
right
who
there.
at 14?
Going with.
Flames.
Flames at 14. Chirac at 15.
All right.
And now Cheddar is at number 13,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Okay, wait. I gotta make some adjustments.
We done booted my dog.
Okay,
off
Chirac.
the list.
And Cheddar.
Okay, child.
I get it though. She don't have the other 3-round battle,
she
and I
did
can't
good.
remember. But she
She
has
did.
such a great.
She sat her man the fuck down and embarrassed him and
She
took his
did.
manhood. I'm sorry, that's a
She
moment.
was shaking
For all
that building,
women.
man.
I'm sorry.
It was good. I was on stage.
I'll make a moment up. She
So,
represented-
ladies-
And it
No,
was
that
a
was a good moment in
judge
time.
battle.
It was.
It
a
was.
good battle.
Ladies, I just want to let you guys know.
Hi.
Hi. I want to let you guys know we have our first accessory award ready to be given out right now.
All right.
This one is for round of the year.
Ooh.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry, love.
All right. So let's see here. It looks like in the second spot, Miss Hustle is in the second spot. The winner for round of the year is Jazz the Rapper for her second round against Vixen the Assassin.
Let's go, Brooklyn. You chose to bully me. Big bag. Drop the whole block about my
We got a few more, get ready to get thrown out
But
here.
you say I'm clout chasing? Let's do it in May. Ain't that something you
And now we're moving on to 12, ladies and
September?
gentlemen.
What are you suggesting? Because if it ain't me, then hell when it's sad. If you take
Having
any
another
other battle,
12
that's not
spot.
this.
Number 12 spot.
I got Yoshi there.
I got Bonnie there.
Now, look, I got Bonnie at 13. Yoshi, I ain't mad. You feel me? They right there.
Yeah. What about Vixen?
Vixen in my top 10.
I got her
Right. I'm not mad at that.
Vixen a little bit higher.
I like her year. I feel like Vixen
Yeah,
had
12.
top tier competition,
Yeah,
right? Strength of schedule is crazy, right? However,
She has.
which one of these does she win?
I would say she got two debatable battles and one loss.
Is that what we're
I
gonna
think
talk
she got
about?
a debatable.
I'm saying I saw people saying that she beat Tay Rock. I saw people saying she beat Hustle. I saw both
Hustle
of those
battle.
things.
She won
Outside of
against
that,
Hustle.
I'm not
First of
putting
all,
that
she
much
had a
weight on wins
crazy
and
battle.
losses in these crazy battles with Titans. I'm not.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I wrote down Vixen material. I can literally pull it out. I wrote down Vixen material. There are 2 battles on her list that in her first and her second, I wrote down more bars than her opponent. We not
Talk about it,
What
Lo.
we not gonna do. This the thing. I feel like I do got her higher. I don't got her like much higher, but
She's in my top
but
10.
she's in my top 10 too. But she doesn't have
Who would you
definitive
replace her
wins.
with
But
there?
are you
I feel like
supposed
she
to smoke
doesn't have
Tay-Rock?
definitive wins at
Jazz.
all.
Right.
10, 11.
She battled Jazz at Jazz House.
Yeah. 3
There's
weeks
not
prep.
fair.
If you
But
look
we
at her,
also have
if
to
you
give
look at
her,
her
we have to
overall,
continue
And it was
to give
3
her
weeks
credit
prep.
for punching through those crowds.
She had
like
3
3
weeks
pages.
prep on that battle.
We have to continuously
Did you
give
see
her
what
credit
she
for
did?
punching through those rounds, yes, and fighting through those crowds.
She wrote for
However,
Surf in the last minute.
what
She wrote
wins
for
did
Rock
she
and
have
had
was
a
my
debatable
question.
battle
Not
with
what was
him.
debatable. Which wins
I mean,
did
the
she
people
have?
got her beating Hustle. I have Hustle beating her, though.
And y'all do know that was a replacement battle.
It's
It's a debatable battle. So her
Same
most
thing with Tay-Rock.
debated battle is going to be Hustle, right?
Right. Right.
50% have her winning,
In her
50% have her
reactions
losing.
on the app with Tay Rock, he got 1 million reactions. She has 900,000, almost.
But she
the same
wins in
amount.
these same polls versus Hustle. The same
If you
polls.
look in the comments, on her battle with Hustle, everybody they talking about Vixen in that battle.
Right.
And shouts to Hustle because she did great.
She did.
But that crowd was hating so bad that I think it highlighted
I don't
that
even
she
feel like
did
the crowd
really
was
well.
Let
there.
CC speak.
I
Who's
was
the
at
champion?
the event.
Who's the champion,
So
CC?
I was.
Like it was fairly
Black
the
girl
same.
power.
They were still growing. That's the same card with Ab and
Yeah, they were figuring out their look and everything.
It was J2
crowd.
and Prestavia.
Mike
I
issues.
was there. I will say this. I give both Vixen and Hustle credit because it was a lot of shit going on in the
Absolutely.
building. They was about to kick us out. They
And
would
it was
turn the
the last
lights on. They
battle.
were bringing in chairs and
Also,
tables.
that was the
They
last
said,
battle.
"Fuck what y'all doing on stage.
Yeah.
We get ready for the next event."
I made
no,
a-
it wasn't
yeah.
just the crowd.
It
It was a
wasn't.
lot going on.
It was a lot of
We
things.
ran over time in the event. The place was like,
And
"Y'all
we
gotta
giving
go."
Vixen more credit for the continuously punching through like a fucking boss.
But this is what I'm trying to say with that type
Like,
of stuff.
her
So
credit-
let's remember some of our previous conversations as far as crowd is concerned. Everybody
Yes.
gets a bad crowd.
Yes.
Vixen has mastered tuning that type of stuff out. You know, she uses tunnel vision. That's when you're talking about preparation. Even though we can't see it, it's gonna show when the performances are happening.
Bro, she could throw a masterclass
Yes.
of
Also,
showing
if you
these
wanna
battle
And I
rounds
have
how
that
not to let
performance,
the crowd
her
affect
versus
them.
Vixen, as one
I
of the
got
elite
Hustle.
performances of the year.
I got
Right.
Hustle
Yeah.
edging Vixen, but I'm not mad if you say Vixen. It was very. It's like Ilse's big sister.
And if we're
battle.
gonna-
Like, I'm not mad at
And
her.
to expound on Dude's point about preparation, that battle was a last minute battle because that battle was a last minute battle.
Give her credit.
Right.
I think Vixen did her thing versus Rock.
Yeah.
But she clearly lost to Big Jazz. But I have her higher.
I'm gonna say this: she did lose to Jazz, right? The first rounds was crazy? Her material,
But that's
her
a good argument.
material.
What are we doing?
I have.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
twelve
Vixen. I think that what we started with Vixen immediately was wins and losses. For me, she is a 5 out of 6 on these categories. You really can't say that for everybody on this list.
You can't
Talk about it.
First of all, every battle she go crazy.
She shows
She
up.
shows up and shows
She
out.
go. Listen. I'm gonna be.
Right.
If the crowd showed up for her the way they do her opponent, her battles would look like fucking classic.
Who do we put
Where
in
are we at in
12?
12?
Yeah.
I was
I have
arguing
Yoshi.
Bonnie.
I have Yoshi.
I have Yoshi
I
at
have
12.
Bonnie at 12.
I have Yoshi.
Okay.
I'm not at Yoshi yet.
I have Yoshi
But
at
I got
12.
Yoshi and Bonnie right
Yeah.
next to each other.
Yoshi
so-
don't.
had 3
okay.
losses, 3 wins, 1 debatable. She choked in the tournament, but she had really good showings. I feel like
She did.
She had a bad loss at the beginning. She had a bad loss at the beginning of the year to Prestavia, but if you look
And
at
Charlie Cliff.
but if you look at her material for that Prestavia battle,
It's good.
It's fucking amazing.
Like she was material. All the verses are Rex. I wrote it down.
Material versus 42 because it be her impact.
Yeah, she does.
She has good material.
Yoshi has to
Like,
figure out the
don't talk
timing
about
and when to
her.
punch and when she
Yeah.
has to figure out the timing.
I feel like
With her
her
opponent.
biggest issue is learning how to write for a certain type of crowd types. That material versus Prestavia was not for that crowd. That was a small room. And if she would have battled her in a small room, that material would look so much better. She schemed so much in that battle. Her pin level.
Scheming isn't for today's big stage.
It's not. When you got Prestavia just punch it, it looked bad. But when you write it down, Prestavia had the intangibles. But aside of her rough start to the year, she finished up pretty well. She finished up pretty well. I have her at 12.
Yes, Yoshi.
Are we also
I got her at 12 too.
taking consideration
the what's going on like around the battles, like the
Respectfully, what do you mean? Because we're here to just focus on the battles.
Okay.
Just the material,
okay.
the
Just the
battles.
materials.
Like
And respect to everything that can happen, because we were just sitting here talking about crowds, talking about background noise with events and things like that. Respect, and that's just more so giving them credit.
Okay.
But that's not the focus, and we don't want to get that to be the focus.
Okay,
Right.
I'm fine with that. Okay.
Maybe
Do
Yoshi
y'all want
does
to do
belong.
Yoshi versus Bonnie?
I
No.
have Bonnie higher on my
Because
list.
Yoshi might be there.
I got
I'm just
Bonnie
looking
higher
at
than
the.
Yoshi.
I got Bonnie in my top 10.
Yeah.
She
One
got an
round.
impactful
She's
year.
one of those ones.
She
She's
got
in
an
my top
impactful
10,
year
but-
overall.
What is this 2
And I
round
think
I'm
more
seeing?
impactful than Yoshi's.
Round
She
2.
went second round in
All
Is it?
3-round battles.
Did they
Now,
talk
Yoshi's
about it?
impressive. Let me
Did
tell you
people
why
talk about
Yoshi's.
Bonnie like they talked
Can
about
let
it?
me tell you why Yoshi's impressive. Every last battle is 3 rounds. Every last one she wrote for 3 rounds. And her pen is not trash.
No, it's not.
That takes a lot of work.
She got 7 battles.
Yeah, I give her material, right?
Yeah,
So,
but
like, if
can I just say I love
compare her
Yoshi?
and
She's the
Bonnie,
only one.
If I
She's the
compare
only one
Yoshi
showing up
has
like that.
incredible
If you look at
material.
like we were saying about the
Vixen had all
about
3
the
round
All-Star
battles
games,
too.
that's
Yeah,
if
but
you
she,
think about it,
Not
that's
as
two
many,
on two.
got 3
yeah.
That's
battles.
way less material.
I would say
than
for
you have
strength
to-
Do it matter how bad you
She got 3
lose?
battles.
Do we talk
But
about
also
bad
during the
losses?
Clips battle, she did have that great rebuttal.
That great rebuttal moment
She
that's going down
learned
in
really
history.
She got a moment.
she had a great moment
She
with
had a
that.
moment.
She writes
Did
very
she die
well.
in that battle? With that moment?
I don't know, but wait, say it again.
Who died?
Okay.
She got 2.
Do it's hilarious.
She got 2 what I
She's
would
still
consider bad
mad.
losses, the Charlie Clips and then the caution battle. Only reason
But
because
that-
she choked in it, so I gotta kind of look at that like a lower performance.
She
But her
lost to
material wasn't that
Prestavia.
bad.
But you know what?
Wasn't a
Even
good
that-
performance.
with the Clips thing.
In that battle,
She had good material, but it's
She
not
lost to
the performance.
Prestavia in the
When
polls
that's
because that's a
Prestavia.
debatable
Who are you
battle.
talking about?
When, which
Yoshi.
one? Which one?
Versus who?
Wait, what's debatable?
Yeah, that battle was
That's-
yeah.
That's debatable.
That was when that battle came
It
out.
is,
That
y'all.
was definitely
It is,
that
y'all.
was definitely debatable.
That Yoshi does.
Because people,
Right,
some
that's
people
a
are
style
pen
class
people.
that
The
you gotta-
writing
Yeah.
that Yoshi did is better.
I'm gonna say
It's better.
this:
It's
we
more
can't just
intricate.
look at the pen and ignore everything.
No, we're not.
else
We're not.
We're not
happening.
ignoring her.
That's why
Giving us
I
credit
sit here
here.
giving
Giving
her
She
her
had a great
credit right
performance
now.
versus Prestavia with that material.
But when you say ignore
A lot of
everything else
people
that
think
happens,
No,
so.
what
I'm
is
saying
that
we went
everything you talking-
immediately to her pit. Some people like pen material. People like pen. What
Some
I'm asking
people
is,
like
when
to-
she rapped again, like, why did she lose the battle? It's as far as
I'm
consent.
gonna
like
tell
her
you why. I'm
mic.
gonna tell you
Because
why.
didn't we
The
just
reason
say
she
didn't
lost,
we just say we're gonna take
she
the
lost
crowd
the battle.
out and focus on the material?
The reason she lost,
why she lost the battle? I mean, the
That's
gas
what I'm
station.
saying. We keep coming to the
A lot
crowd
of people
thing.
talked
She
about.
made-
A
she
lot of
lost the
people
battle
made it a
because
big
that
deal
wasn't
about
for-
Yoshi being over here by herself and not being able to be heard. And
That ain't got
it's
nothing
not,
to do with
and it's not.
Prestavia.
But what I'm saying is,
who backs Prestavia when she rapping and she
But what
rapping
I'm
fire
saying
shit?
is,
She don't need gas. Prestavia don't need gas.
She doesn't.
Yoshi's
Absolutely
pen
not.
is
But what I'm
better
saying
in that battle, 100%.
What else is?
I'm saying she wrote that battle for the wrong crowd. But if we talking about how close that
Like it
battle
was more
is,
small.
So you guys think that Yoshi, we're trying
because
to
she's
get
scheme, the level of scheming that she's doing, it's not something that can catch the crowd
You don't
attention.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
not
got
the big thing.
when
don't
Prestavia's
ignore it,
rapping,
and you
punching,
cannot ignore
you
it.
can't. But
When
when
you're
you go
looking
back
at
and review
when
that
When 40
battle,
bars is battling on a big stage and she's scheming, I'll be right there with her.
Okay, but why wouldn't you do the same with Yoshi?
I'm not saying
It
that.
might be
Not
a little
this.
bit-
What I'm
it might
saying
be a
is,
little bit
what I'm
more
saying
drawn
is,
out.
I don't feel like she
Let
had
me
better
do a disclaimer here.
40 don't
Because-
rap on big
no, 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 no,
stages,
no.
Like she
I-
had
no,
a
no.
better performance.
40's
or
not
better
on
material
big
than Prestavia
stages.
in
What
that
big
battle.
stages do 40 just be rapping on? But a lot of her settings are small room settings, and it
40's
goes
better than
really
small.
well
I know.
for her
I'm just
pen
saying.
because of the way she
I mean,
schemes.
I just feel like
But let me make that disclaimer. I'm not saying I'm not comparing
It's up
Yoshi
to
to
the battler to
goddamn
make me listen
40
to them
before
now.
somebody
It's
says
not
that.
up to me.
I guess it's
They
preference.
make me
I prefer.
listen.
I
I'm
prefer-
listening to her.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm
And that's
saying-
okay.
I'm
live,
saying when
okay?
you go
On the
back, when you
rewatch.
go back and you dissecting the material, because that's part of the job that we
Right,
do.
right.
You can't deny it.
No, her material is great.
I got
It's
perspective.
amazing.
Right here.
But that's what we're-
material over body. If
Okay.
we argue her and body,
No,
right,
no,
I
no.
have
We
her
talk about
over-
her and Prestavia's battle. So what we're saying is
I got
because it is a
Prestavia.
style clash,
Prestavia
you cannot
winning,
ignore.
for sure.
Right. You have
But
it's a
Yoshi
it's a
didn't get
preference.
smoked. What I'm
Right.
saying is she didn't have as bad of a loss as people want to make it.
And people are
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
not
she's
that
bad
bad.
at clicks. She clearly lost to Prestavia. So we
I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying
there's
it
a
was
clear
debatable.
loss.
So we're saying it's
what they're
debatable.
saying
It's
is-
debatable.
They are
I think
what
we're
they're
saying
saying.
that Prestavia
Yes.
and Yoshi is debatable.
Yes, yes.
Let's do a vote.
It is.
Let's do a vote.
You're gonna
Let's
vote
do
if
a
it's
vote.
debatable.
see that.
Tata's petty.
The way you're saying it, like she just completely died. Like
It
she
was
had
clear.
no
No,
chance.
I didn't say that. I said she died to clips.
Okay.
And she clearly lost to Prestavia. Those are two different
But
statements.
what about? But
It can be debated.
I get
her
it.
material was
Okay,
great.
okay. Debate it.
Hold on.
Her
Let's get
material was
past that because
awesome.
she also had Don Lady. She also had
She
Coco
won.
Cakes.
And I
won.
She also had RX.
She
She bodied Coco Cakes. Yoshi's bodies count. She bodied Coco Cakes on a tournament.
In real
like that
life,
counts.
She had two battles that I would consider
Regardless
like
of how
not
we feel
good
about
showings
Coco
last
Cakes,
year. But
she
the ones
bodied
that
her.
was good was really fucking good. Yoshi has a very unique style, nice and witty. I love
And
her
she was
pen.
good with caution. Like
she was
she was
very
fucking
good.
fire
love
with
how-
And
caution.
she fucked up, but she was still her material
Yes.
would have held up in that battle if she would have made it.
Absolutely.
If she was
had
more
a lot going
confident.
on, and I'm not trying to like give her no excuse, but she did. She wasn't just sitting around and choked in a tournament. She was battling around that time.
Yoshi
But her
had 12.
material was
But that's
really
the chance
really
you
good.
take when you're
That
in a
is.
tournament
So
and
that's
you're
why we
adding more to
That's
the
what I'm
play.
saying. That's why we gotta
So-
take the points off. But when I look
Right.
at her
Yeah.
material,
Like,
just
we should points
material
off the
wise,
flags, right?
she did
He
well.
just did that with
But we also said that Yoshi has 3 rounds on
All
every
3
single
rounds.
Yeah,
battle.
strength of
Shot,
schedule.
people ask
Strength of
well.
schedule. I give you that. I give you that.
I mean, look, these are the reasons why I have her at 12.
And
Like,
she's beating
what
Farrah
are we
Funeral
arguing?
on the app.
I just don't know what
We're not doing that.
I have Yoshi at 12. Is somebody saying she should be at 11?
in her third, but
I'm kind of lost on what we arguing right now. Like,
I
I
got
got Yoshi at 12.
I feel like you're
Are
bringing
we-
all the arguments to the table, and you got us.
Cause you're bringing everybody's point.
I started with I have Yoshi at 12. I have Yoshi at 12.
And I do
then,
not.
Okay,
I
but I
have
think
Bonnie
Tata was
higher
saying,
than that. I don't
well, see,
even
that's
know why
what
we're
Tata
talking
was
about
saying.
Bonnie right
That's
now.
what Tata was saying because she's saying
Oh my
Yoshi.
God.
She's saying
Bonnie
put
making
Bonnie
the
in 12.
semifinals is
She's
Bonnie
right,
is
right,
better.
right, exactly.
I
I
got
have
higher.
Yoshi and Bonnie right next to each other, so
I don't.
It's not a
Yoshi
big
in
deal
that
for
top
where you put it.
I do not have.
Okay,
I'm looking at
Yoshi.
Bonnie's list of opponents and the strength of her opponents.
They not that. They
No.
not that good.
So
I'm
are
not
we
gonna lie,
putting-
but
No.
I
I
have
feel like
Yoshi above Bonnie. I just
I do too.
When I did, I'm gonna tell y'all what I did, so that it
Okay.
is very,
Bonnie
you know,
has-
transparent for people as far as the way that I do this to try to be as unbiased and not put so much of my personal opinion in it, right? So when I looked at, did Bonnie have a better year than Yoshi? Strength of schedule, I gave to Yoshi. Consistency, I gave to Bonnie. Material, I gave to Yoshi. Performance, I gave to Bonnie. Moments, I gave to Yoshi. Yoshi, 4-2.
Right.
Anybody
There you
can
go.
argue that. Go ahead.
I don't want to.
So are we? My thing with Yoshi having all three round battles, and Bonnie having the 2 1 rounders.
Bonnie got 1, 2,
I mean,
3,
one
4.
of them is a 2-1.
Bonnie
I got Bonnie at
So
12.
Bonnie
let's
got
place Bonnie
4.
at 12.
And let's revisit this if
Let's
y'all got an
Bonnie has
argument.
5 3-round
Like the
battles.
arguments aren't even good
What argument?
for Bonnie. Like, what else is there
I
to
think
talk
She
about?
got a champion cover. She had.
This
She
is the thing for me.
Yoshi did the tournament and did URL battles.
I said this
what else
earlier.
What else we
I
talking
said
about?
this
She did
earlier,
URL
right?
and
But
she did
I
the
have
tournament.
Bonnie out of the 6 categories. I only have 2 people that have 6s. Out of those categories,
went
I
further in the
have
tournament.
Bonnie at a 5. But when I compare her to the other 5s, her nothing is bigger or greater than theirs.
We
And
are,
it's not to take
I
away
can
from
give-
Bonnie.
Are we
placing
It's
Bonnie
also
at
not
number
to take
12?
away from everybody
I
else
am.
who
I
put
feel
in
like
work.
Are we placing
I
Bonnie at
got
number
Bonnie
12?
higher.
We can
I got
obviously
Bonnie at
revisit
10
it.
on my list.
Wait,
So
I got
who should be
Bonnie-
in number 12 then?
Yeah.
I got Yoshi.
So what's the
I got
name?
Yoshi at 12.
Yoshi's
I
not
got
at
12.
12.
I feel like Yoshi should be
Yoshi's not
higher
at
than
12.
Bonnie.
Because let me
Based
let
on
me
what you
add
just
this.
discussed,
No,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no.
Yoshi
Let me
should
All
be
add
right,
higher
let's
this.
than
bring
Bonnie.
another name up.
Wait,
What are we
wait,
doing
wait.
with Shuni?
Let me
I
add
got
All
this.
right, let me
Shuni
stop.
higher
What
on my
battle?
list.
What battle?
I got
Let me
Shuni higher
pump the
on my
brakes.
Yoshi did.
I wanna
Yoshi
talk
did.
about all the one
I
Yoshi
don't
round
tried
want
to
to talk
do
about.
2
I don't
battles
even know what to talk about because we
back
not.
to back.
Do you want to talk about the 1 rounders that
I
Shuni has?
absolutely don't
got
because
7 of
we do not even vote in Wodies with 1 rounders. I don't even want to start a 1 round conversation where
Exactly.
we're going to drag it out and be talking about
And
these
then
1 rounders that
in the
don't
R-
even apply
in the
to the
RX battle.
position.
So you want to focus
But
on
right,
3
she
round
choked in that
matchups.
battle, I believe. Or
Oh,
But
was
that's
that
3 rounds that they have.
She has
right?
Fine
Because
Ted Ice, Miss
I
Miami.
only remember that. And the only reason why I
First of all,
remember that
first
is
of all,
because
I
somebody
feel like
brought
you have
up
to
the
give
fact that
2-on-2
she tried to do the back-to-back battles, and
a
it
little more
kind of messed her
credit
up.
than we give like a 1
So-
round battle. I think that it takes a lot
No.
to make 2
2 on 2 3 round battles equal 1 round
Yeah.
for
I'm
one
gonna tell.
opponent.
I'm gonna tell you why. This is my reasoning. I feel like you got 2 styles that have to mesh together for 3 rounds. That's a lot. That you gotta have
And
an
I feel
opening,
like unless
a
it's forced
closing.
for whatever
But
reason,
what about
then
the
the
people
people
that don't
choose
live
to
in
do
the same
that because they
state? The
already
people
have
that don't live in
chemistry.
the same state, you gotta work with somebody else's
Respectfully.
schedule. I think it just takes a
Respectfully.
lot to go into
Whatever
it.
they're
Two on
preparing-
two, 3 round
When
battle.
it's forced like that, difference. But when you're living next to somebody, y'all live in the same
All right.
city, y'all
It
already
still don't
friends,
matter.
That
y'all
is
already
not
have-
that
our
don't
responsibility or thoughts that we should be having.
But a 2 on 3,
Respectfully, I do not care what they have to do to get to the goal post.
We talking about
That's
2 on
not
2.
what we're
You
doing.
have a-
Like,
okay,
you gotta
but
get on the treadmill
you
and
have
do
to
this
give
and that
you
to look like
okay,
this
but
and this
if
and
you
that.
have
You
a
gotta do
battle
it.
of the year contender for the ladies that is a 2 on 2 3 round battle, if it can be a contender of battle of the year, there's no way that how many 1 round battles is a battle of the year contender? They headline a URL card, smoke shit, battle of the year contender for the ladies, battle of the night, they smoke that shit. It takes a lot to do a 2 on 2 3 round battle with an
I
opening
think
and a
it's a lot
closing
less
for
work
each
put
round.
into it a little bit. Sometimes
here's
I'm
my
sitting
thing
there
Collabing
about-
with somebody
but
else
it
on
always
a
depends
totally
on the
Here's my
situation.
thing.
a totally different writing
Here's my
style.
thing
It's a lot that
about
go into
Soon-
that.
here's my thing
Having
about
the features
Sooner.
always
They
easier.
have been doing this for years. This It's not. This is
That's
they've been doing this
unfair.
for years.
That's
No.
It is fair.
It's fair.
It's fair.
Somebody
They don't always do great in their 2-on-2. But I'm saying longevity doesn't make them perfect.
No,
it does.
They best friends.
Longevity does not make them
But what
perfect.
about the
Longevity
point
makes
that I'm
them
making?
great.
But when you have people like, for instance, Swamp and Fair was a matchup that I didn't know needed to happen. They don't live in the same state.
Wait, so
Granted, that was a
supposed to
one
be
rounder.
12? I mean, are we
Let's not
saying
bring up where they
12?
live because that's on them to get together and prepare.
What are we talking about? I thought we
right.
talking about Yoshi.
Yoshi
Okay,
is
are we-
on
What
top.
are we talking? That's what I'm saying. What are we talking
She brings up
about?
Shuni. I have Shuni higher in my
I don't know why we're
list, though.
talking about. Like, I'm not trying to be mean.
We're trying to figure out where 12 is. Who belongs in 12?
I got Bonnie there and I got Yoshi.
I got Bonnie at
I don't have
12.
her at 12.
Bonnie at 12. Are we all set? Do we need to do a vote?
I want to vote.
All right.
Okay.
I got
Bonnie
Yoshi
at
at
12. Raise your Wody sign.
Wait, what?
Bonnie at
Bonnie
or
at 12. Raise your Wody sign.
Bonnie or
It's 'cause
Yoshi?
I thought niggas was
I gotta
scared.
move
Like,
myself
what
up. That's why I
happened?
got to see.
Bonnie
I
at
already got
12.
Bonnie.
I'm not mad
I got
at it.
Bonnie and Yoshi right there by each other. So
I got Yoshi.
Yoshi at 12. Raise your Wody sign.
Are we tied?
yep.
No, because it's a tiebreaker.
Who didn't vote then?
Biggie.
I
She
have
did. It's 3-3.
Bonnie at 12.
Oh,
Okay.
Bonnie's going to number 12.
Wait, Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie.
For now.
I love how everybody
number
for now.
11.
It's always for now.
Yeah,
Is
number
Yoshi
11. That's
like
what I'm
based on
about to
that
add.
little
No, we
breakdown?
didn't. We're at 11.
Is Yoshi number 11? Are we placing Yoshi there? Or
I got her
is
right
there
above
another
Bonnie,
debate
so it makes
for
sense
Yoshi
for
to be
me.
pushed higher? Or
I don't know if
I have Yoshi right above
I have
Bonnie, so I
Shuni at
don't mind
11.
that. But
Who
anybody
got
can make
Yoshi
an
in their
argument.
top 10?
I do.
I did have Yoshi in my 10.
I
Okay,
do.
so yeah, argue.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I have Yoshi in my top
Let's
10.
let's
I
hear
got
from
Shuni
And I feel
at
like that's where we're
11.
going, so let's talk about
Hold on. Let me go.
it.
Who you got at 11, dude?
Shuni.
All right, so we're gonna compare their year. Strength of schedule.
There's something about this comparison part that like gets under my skin.
Speak your
Because
mind.
we're like we're doing the same thing. We know what it is. We know what it is. Shuni. What are we doing now? Shuni and Yoshi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any
the
other
strength
names?
schedule, dude.
For
I
11?
got Shuni higher in my top 10.
Who do you have for your 11?
I was bouncing between
Let me hear
Bonnie
it.
and Vixen.
Yes.
She higher mine too, so I mean, I'm
I'm not mad at Vixen being here. I like
didn't go back
Vixen's
and
strength
look
of
at Bonnie
schedule,
and
but I'm
Vixen.
still asking how many wins does she have?
Mm.
I like her strength of schedule, but how many wins does she have?
But I don't. Vixen doesn't have a clear win.
Right.
I'm not mad at Vixen in this spot.
That's why
I got
said
Vixen at 8.
Shuni has a clear win?
I think Vixen got a better year than all these people.
Miami.
Does
Vixen
Shuni
and
have a
anybody
clear
we
win?
Just talked about.
Can we just
Miami.
Shuni had, well,
stick to the
you talking about
facts?
three round?
She has
Wow,
red
yeah.
bands
Yeah.
on
Oh,
back.
let's discuss Shuni's
Wait.
record.
She has red bands on back.
Just so we can have some clarity
Yeah, let's-
on Shuni.
I
She
got
has
Shuni 5, 1 and 5.
Size raw
But wait,
and a
how
one
many
rounder.
one-rounders does she have?
7.
How many battles does she have?
11.
But you say I'm clout chasing? Let's do it in May. Ain't that something you requested? June, July, September? What are you suggesting? Cause if it ain't me, they don't care and it's sad. If you take any other battle that's not this, you
Does she have? How many battles does she have?
Oh, she did.
How many
She
of them
did.
are one round?
Shuni was the
beat
toughest
Fendi.
person on my list to place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say why. Because if Shuni would have had a
she
perfect
got
year,
head ice.
it's no way you almost can't argue that she's not Wody. Because of how many battles, and her schedule fluctuates a lot. But as good as she is, if she doesn't stumble in 5 of her battles, there's, with 11 battles, yes, there's a lot of
No,
one-rounders.
7 one-rounders out of
But-
11.
but
What
she-
does that leave us with?
I think 3 of them.
That
is-
leaves
I
us with
think
three
or 4
round
of them
battles.
is 2-on-2s.
And they're 2 on
And
2.
one of
She
them
won,
is a 2-on-2.
she won a hardcore build
One of
against
those
Fendi.
2-on-2s.
Right.
That's
Right.
one of those.
She had
Impact.
four,
That
she
counts
had
towards impact.
4 main events. We not doing that. Like
Yo.
if Shuni didn't stumble this year, she is high
Oh
in
my
that one
goodness.
three.
Stumbled. We done doing shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But I'm
this year.
saying
Shoulda,
all
woulda,
the
coulda.
other
We gotta talk
things-
about what happened.
All the other things still matter.
Everything matters.
Everything
Yeah.
matters. You can't. This is the thing. She was the hardest to place because you can't take away from material from her. The only thing you can take away from her is performance.
And
it's not the
consistency.
it's not the
And
it's not the
consistency.
it's not the
That's
best
a
for her to
fact.
have
Performance
rounders.
to
11
battlers.
battles
Performance
is great.
is half the battle, though. Like, you're gonna stumble through something that I'm supposed to be watching and enjoying.
I mean, y'all was just talking about
Okay,
how
let me
Yoshi's
ask,
material schemes
what's
and
the
all this
impact?
other stuff was better.
Wait a minute.
Mine is
Choked
what
versus
the
Red
performance
Bangs, and I
was.
still like that material.
Right.
So,
I still like their.
I
like
all the
great
material.
You choke, you
But
lose
you
the
lose.
battle,
Yeah, you
though.
lose.
That's
you
my
ch-
thing.
I'm sorry, I'm from the old era.
Me
You
too.
choke,
you choke,
you
stumble,
lost.
you lose the battle.
But I know we in
I just
different
think
times.
that-
You choke, you lose that round.
I just think that if you just look
Ain't
at
no-
Shuni alone,
Okay,
right, by
let
the
me-
categories,
I don't
she
need
get
that.
4 out of the 6.
But let me
Because
ask this,
consistency,
are
as
we-
said earlier,
Okay, but-
falls into
But let's ask this:
performance.
Are one rounders rated more higher than 3-round battles?
Obviously not.
Okay.
No,
All right.
Obviously
So
not.
No.
Then okay,
And
what are we talking about? And the All Star games are
1-round battles aren't weighed as much with
Right,
the
but
battle
we
of the Bayou. That is a big battle
That was
that
right.
we would
Right,
kind of weigh a little
absolutely.
heavy.
Absolutely.
We'll weigh that a little bit
Absolutely.
heavier.
But that's one.
That's one.
So the rest of her battles, majority of them are what 1-rounders, right? 1-rounders.
I got
right?
her losing to Fonz, but I like what she did.
She
with
did
Fonz.
really good
That
against
battle
her.
I
was
like
fire.
that, and I'm
battle
still
was
mad
so
at
fire.
Fonz. Okay, I didn't
don't
like how he
actually-
was talking to her.
She do have a belt.
I got
and
her
shout out
has
to
the
Midnight
belt.
Madness.
She has
That's
the
that's
whole
impact.
moment.
That was a moment
That's
when
a
she
moment.
won
That
the
right
belt.
here was-
She
That was
went
a
hard
moment.
for belt.
She
that was impact
headlined
at the top of the year.
Yeah.
URL
Grew to
card
like the
the
middle
first
of the
She
ever.
year.
was looking like
Ladies
Wody in the beginning of the
2-on-2.
year.
She
No,
was
real
on the
shit.
first ever
Shit.
ladies
Her
all
and
volume
Official
card.
was
She
like
got
this.
some
Yeah.
shit, and in that battle she won.
Yep. Yep.
She got a
Clear.
performance of the night, battle of the year contender with Funeral, headlining a URL card.
Shout out to the ladies.
She won the hardcore
But
belt,
at
Money on the
home
floor,
floor- home
and
floor, they
Fendi is
also
not
lost.
a slouch.
She was
Fendi not a
fire versus
lightweight.
Miss Miami
She
on the
got
first
5
volume.
I got her
wins.
winning.
She got 5
with
wins.
Right.
I get it. She got 7
I got her
one-rounders,
higher.
and she
I got
got
her
a stumbly year.
Yeah, I got her.
But
higher.
I do have her higher on my list because her good battles is
Phenomenal. They're
Better
ranked
than-
really
and
high.
Are y'all gonna push
But are
Vixen
they that? Right. Go ahead.
above
Go ahead.
Shuni?
Or are you putting Shuni above Vixen?
I'm
I ain't
putting
gonna lie
Shuni
to
above
you.
Vixen.
I ain't gonna
I
lie
got
to you.
Shuni
I
above
can have
Vixen.
Shuni at 5 or I can have Shuni at 8.
I got
So,
Shuni.
how do
I'm
you-
gonna-
wait,
Are we gonna place Vixen at 12?
Assassin, who just went crazy on Tay Rock. I don't care if she won or lost. Like her
But
opponent.
that's
think
what
it's
I'm
debatable.
asking. Do you?
I got Vixen at 8.
But it's
I got
because, you know what I'm
Vixen
saying,
at-
great
she in my
battle.
top 10, so.
So Shuni at 11.
Vixen in my top 10. Vixen is in my
Vixen's
top
been
10.
my 10, 11th. I've been so if she's
I'm
10,
not mad
11,
at
I'm
Vixen
not mad.
being
makes
around
it-
about in this
Vixen
spot.
made
Okay.
I love her
number-
strength of schedule.
Vixen
I
made
love the
number
matchups
10
that
for
she
me.
took.
But I
Let's
do
go
agree
Shuni
with what
versus
you about to
Yoshi.
say, or what I think you thinking
You know
is
what
that
I'm-
there are more.
I feel like there's more to the story with
Okay.
other people. Vixen had a good year. If you just look at it on paper, it looks like a phenomenal year. It looks like a
When
Wody
you write
type
the
of
bars-
year
no,
when
no,
you
no.
look at it.
She's
When you
gonna
write
get
the bars
canceled
down,
out. She's gonna
when
get
you write the
canceled out.
bars down,
she
it's
had a
a
good
better
year
year
too,
than
right?
the
Right.
people that she battled against. Because I'm telling you, I had more bars wrote down. She's high level
fired.
puncher,
But
high
her
level
three,
performances.
but her 3 battles,
She's not
gonna
supposed
get
to.
clipped
She's not
somewhere once
supposed
we get higher
to
up.
smoke Tay Rock, Hustle, or Jazz.
But she's going to get clipped somewhere.
not
with that,
supposed
if that's
to.
all
I don't
we
know.
got.
But
I
I'm
don't know
saying,
about that.
I
But
have
I'm saying-
Can I just say this real quick?
I'm not
I
saying
have
that her
Vixen
level
having
of
a better
competition
year
is
than
high.
Yoshi, right? Right? I have Vixen having
I
a
do
better
too.
year than Yoshi, right?
I do
so,
too.
And I had Yoshi right above Bonnie.
So are we
We
gonna
talking
place
about
Yoshi
Shuni.
in the
Can we
number
go
11
Yoshi
spot?
versus Shuni?
Can we put Yoshi in
I
the number
have
11 spot?
Because y'all was speaking about Shuni. I mean, I got Shuni
I do
higher.
not have Shuni above Yoshi.
I
just
don't have.
You don't have Shuni above Yoshi?
No,
Okay,
I
okay.
don't
Let's
have-
talk about it.
So okay.
We could go through the
I'm gonna sit this
categories.
one out, 'cause I for sure got
So
Shuni.
No, we
okay.
can
So where
literally
is?
just go through the
wait.
categories.
I got
wait.
Shuni higher.
I got Shuni.
So where do we have Yoshi?
I got Yoshi.
I have
at
on
12.
Yoshi
I don't
at
know where
11
we got
now
her.
since y'all put Bonnie at 12.
I got Yoshi up higher.
I'm not putting. Okay.
All right. So who do y'all want to compare right now?
She, I think dude really don't want this motherfucker up on this list. Shuni.
No,
and I get why,
she,
because that's why Shuni fucked my
I
list
love
because
Shuni.
all of her greats is so great, but her bads equally. It's like, where do I put you
That's
with the
what I'm
bads?
saying.
The head ice battle, I'll give you this.
That's
Dude,
what I just said,
I'll
the
give you
head
the
ice
head ice
battle.
battle was nasty work.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it was already a delay. She had to redo her, what was it, the second?
It was just a lot
And then it was just a bad battle on both
like,
ends.
it
wasn't
even
even good
if
and
we
won
were
that
like having
battle.
warrior of the year. You know what I mean? Like, she is a warrior. She'll come outside. She'll battle. She's not scared.
I give her that.
She faces her opponent.
She's showing love on all kind of leagues.
She
like,
does.
Yeah,
I
she'll
just
battle
feel like,
anybody. I give her that too.
I think
She still
smoothness
has.
matters.
I want to be clear that she still has 5 clear wins.
And y'all been talking a lot about
Weird.
2 okay? And I love
She
her
won against
fact.
Fendi. She won against Fendi.
I
She
love
got the
her fact.
Kardashian
That counts for
win.
impact.
She won in the Caution Rock
Kardashian
battle.
counts
She
for
had a
impact.
moment. They had a moment in the Caution Rock battle.
It's a 2-on-2 though.
All right, so Shuni separate.
The same. If I'm
No,
making
keep that weight heavy.
Y'all been talking about heavy on 2 the whole time.
We definitely gonna keep the
come
same
on.
If I gotta
energy.
get,
We
if I
applied
gotta
the
take
2-on-2
points
heavy
away
about
from
what Jack was
Flames for her
doing.
Jack performance, I'm for sure giving Shuni. It was a main event.
Okay.
They
but what I'm
smoked it.
saying is that's one battle.
No, I'm going
And a
through the rest.
2-on-2.
That's what I'm
Shuni beats
saying.
Yoshi and Impact. Yeah.
She won Miss Miami.
Right.
Yoshi and Impact.
Correct,
She was on the
1,000%. 1,000% from the top of the year all the way down to the bottom of the year. She wins in
I
Impact
think
versus
she
Yoshi.
Yeah, I kind of got her higher on Impact. Yeah, it's tricky.
Let's do the categories.
I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah.
Let's compare them.
Clear for the Impact.
So we
Alright,
doing
let's
Yoshi
go.
and Shuni, right?
Yoshi versus Shuni. Strength of schedule. Raise your
It's
flag
hard
if you have
because-
Shuni.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Strength
know.
of schedule. If you have
You don't
Shuni,
know.
raise your
Yoshi
flag.
has all 3 round battles. I have to go there.
Okay,
Yoshi
let's-
got
it's just-
Prestavia, Charlie, Don Lady,
Do you
Coco,
look at her
Arden.
resume too? Who she
I'm
battled?
looking at who she battled, and I'm looking at that they're all 3 round battles. I'm looking at most of these. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the 1-rounders. I'm looking at the All-Star games to 3-round battles. I'm sorry. That's the way I look at it. I understand she
Are you
lost
looking at
majority
who
of
they
them
battled
battles.
too?
And I'm looking at who she battled, who Yoshi battled. Impact. Okay. The Funeral battle.
Wait, not Impact. We
versus-
on strength and schedule. We doing strength.
No,
and
I'm
schedule.
talking about. We were gonna vote.
Wait. We gonna do a vote right now.
Right,
And get
we
through
gonna
this
vote.
one real quick, and then y'all can break down
Okay,
and
you
debate
know what?
whatever y'all want to debate.
You know what? I'm a.
Let's go to Impact. If you have,
Oh,
if you
I thought we was
have,
voting over all. Okay,
we
okay.
voted for strength of schedule. Impact. If you have Yoshi over Shuni for Impact, raise your Wody flag.
No, I'm sorry.
Shuni got that one.
Yeah.
Consistency. If you have Yoshi over Shuni, raise your Wody flag.
Man, it's hard because
I
they
know.
both messed
I'm
up.
trying to.
A lot.
Yoshi got one. We not
It's really
doing
not hard.
that.
It's really not hard.
Yoshi
What?
got one mess up.
It's not
Verse,
hard.
what she messed up
Wait.
verse Fair? She
Hold
messed up verse RX?
She didn't mess.
Nah,
No?
it wasn't nothing
She
like
not
that.
doing
I'm
that.
saying
She messed up
with
against.
Those two as compared to how many
She didn't
Shuni
mess
had this
up with
year.
caution
Right,
with
that's
RX.
right.
That's what I'm saying. I
Those
feel like they
quality
both
of
are
battles
kind
are higher quality than Shuni's.
what?
did
What?
3
That's
rounds.
tricky though.
She
That's
did
tricky.
3 rounds.
3 rounds.
doing
I'll give you
impact right
that.
now?
I'll
That's
give you
what I'm
that.
saying.
Every last battle she took
We doing
It's
all
3
right,
rounds.
right?
We
Are we doing?
In her
We are
competition.
moving on. We are moving on right now.
We did strength and schedule.
We're
Where
moving
we at
on.
with
We
that?
just did consistency
I
right
feel
now.
Shuni.
We are going to moments.
Okay,
If you have Shuni over Yoshi for moments, raise your
I
Wody
will
flag.
do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Material. Shuni. If you have Shuni over Yoshi for material.
Not
Okay.
a chance.
hard.
That's
Not a
hard.
chance.
Listen, material is really
Wait. Okay.
subjective.
tough one.
If you like
I'm not.
soliloquy schemes and shit like that, then you probably gonna go with Yoshi. If
That
you like
the
punchers,
intricacies.
energy, projection,
Right.
delivery, you're gonna go with Shuni.
And I
So
feel
it's
like
really it could go either
Unfortunately,
way.
this is not
I
a
think both of
subjective
them- both of
space.
them are
I feel
fire
like
with their
everything can be measured. I feel like everything in this instance
I feel
can
like
be measured. Every last
Shuni's
point.
writing ability is really good for the type of rap style that she do. But if I'm talking about like Yoshi's pen is crazy.
I'm not saying that it's not. I think Shuni's is too. So
I just think that I don't think.
Are we going to move on to
I'll give that
performance?
to Yoshi.
Are we going to
Yoshi.
move on to performance?
I'll give
Okay.
If you have Yoshi over Shuni for performance, raise your flag.
Oh, we all agree. That's it. You know why it's so hard? Because how do you call somebody who had a more clean year?
It happens. It's variables. Shuni's way more exciting to watch on stage.
Yeah.
She's way
Yeah.
more electrifying to watch on stage. There's
She
way more
is.
believability.
Punches more.
Yoshi comes off very timid, unsure, and she has to gather herself. Maybe second round, third, she's showing up.
And learn how to write for it. She got to learn how to write for that big stage too.
Watch Yoshi to kind of.
But Shuni definitely has the better
Shuni
performance.
knows what to write.
She's a vet. Yeah, she's a vet.
Yeah.
Yoshi hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
but
I
she
think
can.
that's.
I'm giving it to Shuni.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Shuni.
Shuni's strength is knowing how to write for what setting that she's in. I think she caters very well to each setting.
That's a great point, Nikki.
Yeah.
that's a great point. I got her for performance. I have Shuni for performance.
Performance.
So wait, who won this?
We got one more, don't we? We got one more category.
That was it. Strength of schedule, impact,
So
consistency,
Shuni
moment.
is 11.
You got performance.
For now.
That was performance.
That's crazy. I
It's
got
not crazy
her
to me. I
up
just
there.
think that when we're like condensing the year and thinking about moments, and I don't care, like thinking about
Shuni
popularity
just
and who
won
got
that?
the most mentions, I
So
think we
Yoshi
get mixed
at
up.
11. Okay, so Yoshi at 11.
No, I was agreeing with what you said.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shuni is 11.
Shuni's at 11.
1-1. 11.
Okay, wait. We just agreed that Yoshi had a better year than Shuni, right? That's what just happened.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, are we
Yes,
placing?
Tata.
Are we
Is that what we just
placing?
did? We just said Yoshi had a better year than Shuni?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Are we placing Yoshi at number 10?
10?
I don't even have her at 10.
Bro, I had her at
Who
12.
has her in the top 10? Raise your hand.
Come on.
I had her in my top 10. After this
If you
debate,
got her at
I kind of have. That was when we went
She's
back
in
and
my
forth
top
with
10.
Yoshi.
I'm
Who was
so
it? We was going back and
confused.
forth with Yoshi and someone else. And then I had her at
It was
11.
Yoshi.
Oh yeah.
Yoshi and
We
Bonnie.
fought for her.
I had
If
mine
we've been
at
fighting
10,
for Yoshi
11.
tonight, 100%.
And I had Yoshi at 12.
You said what, Rita?
I said we've been fighting for Yoshi.
I just want to go one more
Yeah.
time. Yoshi
I'm
had a
always
better
gonna
year than
fight for
Shuni.
Yoshi. Cause I just think she's.
We good with that. Y'all good with Yoshi had a better year than Shuni
Yes, I'm fine with that.
at 11.
Yes, for 2022.
All right, then we putting Shuni at 10.
No, I have Shuni at 11.
She can't believe.
Shuni's at 11.
11.
All right.
11. That's,
All right.
that's for now. I'll say for Tata.
So
now.
Shuni is 11. Yoshi is 10.
We don't got 10 yet.
We don't have 10. We're only on 11.
We're only
All right.
yeah, 11.
All
I
right.
had Big Vicky at 10.
All right. It just seemed like
Not
it
gonna lie.
Wait. All right.
Real quick, y'all, if I can. The award for Battle of the Year is now here.
I'm ready.
Uh-oh.
Y'all ready for this?
Battle of the year.
Battle of
of the Year. Let's see what they got here. Ooh, ooh. We do have a tie here with two battles. 40 Bars versus Ill Will and Vixen the Assassin versus Tay Rock. They are tied. Shout out to the fans. However,
I like them.
the winner, Funeral versus the Bardashians. Going to win for Battle of the Year. That was a crazy one. We made it.
They got something wrong with that battle.
They taking shots
Great, ladies. Number 10.
I just wanna be one of the
That was
greatest. This is
so
what I've been doing.
Number
while
10
on
though.
hiatus. I hate it.
Almost
Number 10
touched.
spot.
Got Vicky.
I'm not mad at that.
I said 10 or 11 for Vic.
I got Big Vicky at 10 with her.
But that's what I'm saying. But we just got done talking about Yoshi, and I can't put Yoshi above Vixen based on like the material,
Jazz,
like
hustle.
like
She scores high even on performance.
yeah.
It's
And
like
you,
they're good.
I had
losses.
Vixen at
Her
8,
only
so
not
wasn't
good
there for
loss,
Vixen.
if you want to call it a bad loss,
but
is her jazz battle.
Yeah.
The only out of
Yeah.
all of her rounds, her second round in her jazz battle, I didn't care for
she
that
ain't
much.
choke, she ain't stumble. Okay?
Keep going.
Your
keep
first
going.
rounds
Like,
were
keep
crazy.
going.
She
Vixen
fought
ain't
through
fuck
that
up
crowd.
not one time.
She was up
She
there.
planned her year. Yeah, she only 3.
That
but
performance
she
that she
planned the
gave
year
with Tay
smartly.
Rock after
She didn't
writing
overbook
for
herself
Surf.
where she was fucking up.
Commendable.
Yeah, I want to just add too.
We
Let's
just
keep
talked
the
about
same
that's not
energy
our
we
fault
had
that you
earlier
overbooked
about
yourself.
quality.
Quality
Over
over quantity.
Quality.
Quantity over quality.
We got to keep that energy.
It's quality, and I think Vixen's quality
all you
was
guys
way better
have.
than Yoshi.
Or is
Wait.
it safe to say that Vixen is going in the number 10 spot?
I don't have Vixen at number
I have her a
10.
little higher.
I have her higher as well.
Who would you ladies like to see?
I have 40 bars at 10.
40 bars?
Yes.
Let's break this down.
What the heck?
I'm not mad at that because
Let's
I have
get
her
into
at
it.
11. I have her at 11. So
10 is crazy.
Where do you have her at?
Bro, 40 bars a year. Hold on. 40 bars
No,
have
she
4
smoked
main
QB
events.
this
4
beginning
main
of the year.
40 bars have 4 main events, 2 champion covers. She got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, 2 losses. She had a body of the night. Damn near could be body of the year for the ladies contender performance of the night. Like, I get it. She choked 2 battles. I ain't gonna lie.
Back to back.
And Ill Will was
Back
her
to back.
perfect way to end the year and remind
So
everybody.
like,
So her 2 battles.
you can't have
shit.
you can't
Don't
have
get it fucked up.
her
40
QB
was
and
booked.
negative
40 was
impact.
also booked to battle a
Coffee
headliner,
on Queen of the
and
Ring.
she didn't show up.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
That's
That happened.
Are we talking
But
about
Her
I was thinking
QB
of that.
performance
Yeah,
is better than a lot of people's
The thing
whole.
with that is,
the
we
ill
can't
will
really
in the
judge
battle.
Will
Ill
battle?
will is
So we
one
don't
of the
talk about
craziest
Nothing is
battles
more
that's
But that's
to
the
me.
thing. A battle
But what-
didn't happen, or there's a battle on here that is vaulted. If you were not in the building, you did not see that matchup, so we
Right,
can't
right.
discuss something that did not happen.
But
So
as
we
we
not
also
discussing that at
talked,
all. It didn't-
40
I'm
is
saying,
higher on the
if
list,
y'all
bro.
don't-
We not doing that.
But you also talked about the impact of the Chrome 23 tournament, which she lost.
But
The
she
first
got
round,
a
the
body
first
on
round.
that
Round
same
one.
stage.
Round fucking one. You talked
She
about
has a body
Round
on the
one.
same stage.
but that's not the tournament. You talked about messing up brackets.
Yeah, 40 fucked
my
that bracket up for
God.
that.
Come
We
on,
not
man.
taking away.
You guys
four
have
main
40
events.
body in QB. I don't have it as a body. I have it as a clear win.
I have it as a body.
Oh, you guys
I got a body.
She put
A body.
she put the
Okay.
nail in the coffin on that.
She fucked QB up in that
Ugh.
battle.
When
I'm
she
sorry.
hit the ad lib of bring your brother back.
That was crazy.
But if we're gonna give it that much, okay. Now here's the double-edged sword thing.
Ill Will battle was crazy.
We ain't even gonna bypass that. We not fit to do that. We ain't fit to
Them
hit that
2
corner
battles
yet.
That's
was
one of
more
my favorite
impactful than
intergender
anything.
battles
We not
of
fit
the
to do that
year.
yet.
Shout out to RBE. That's one
And
of
that's
my
absolutely.
favorites.
I mean, I'm
intergenders.
fair. I love that. I
Yeah.
love
Them,
that. She
I'm
went the
talking
fuck
about
off.
what she
She
did
went
in them
off.
2 battles
not counting.
was crazy.
But she also killed the bracket.
She
and
got 4 main events.
okay, but
She got almost 1 million views on YouTube in 2022.
okay, we understand
1 million
that.
views.
She got
Nobody on
impact.
the
She
nobody
has-
on this
she has
list.
impact.
Nobody on this list got a 400,000 view battle.
That is impact. But we still not fixing to skip over.
She's higher on this list.
Well, I
I
don't know
feel
about
like we
that.
went
And
harder
she
on
got
Shuni's
smoked
choke.
out of the
I feel like we
tournament
went
round
harder on
one.
Shuni's choke than we go. Like I feel like we got
She
to
had
keep
it
the same
debatable with a
energy
rookie.
about everybody who not consistent or who choke in
Yeah.
battles.
Won
Like
the battle
I feel
with
like we
Shay
went
Wright.
harder
Oh my
about
gosh,
head
how
ice and
evil.
any other choke she has had. So you got to keep the same energy.
She
for
got almost
Let's
a
keep the
million
energy.
views on YouTube, bro.
But did you hear what Dude just said? Not only did she fuck up the bracket, then she got a debatable with
She don't
Chirac.
have no debatable with Shay Rack. She won that battle clear.
I got her
wrote the
winning that
bars
battle.
I
down.
don't have a win in it.
Okay.
40.
She won that battle
We
clear.
just-
I love
Shay
that
Rack
battle.
had a great
40 versus
great
Chirac.
showing.
I had definitely winning her.
It's a
I
great
definitely-
showing.
But I
Yes,
do
it
feel
is.
like
She
it was
didn't
very
win that
close with
battle.
C3. You could probably edge it to Chirac just because like she knew. But yeah, for me on this one, I can't just overlook those 3 things.
Right.
I can't overlook
That's
the
all
coffee
I'm saying.
situation. I can't overlook
I do have a problem
Define's
with
battle,
that.
and
Oh,
I can't
all
overlook,
right.
and
Her
I can't
ill
overlook.
will battle is insane.
No,
Prestavia beats Danny
one
Myers
of my
clear.
favorite
That means
battles.
so much
So
to me.
let's talk. Okay, hold on. Let's talk pros and cons. QB battle is a body of the year contender.
She went off on Dre Dennis. I was there for that.
Performance of the night. She beat Ill Will. Great fucking battle.
I don't have
It's debatable. But I do have 40. I do have 40.
But it's a great back and forth.
It's a damn
That's
good back
that's
and
still
forth.
that's still a
Absolutely.
good
She
thing.
got-
It's a great
She
back
got
and
4
forth.
main events, 2 champion covers. Her record that I have for her is 4-2.
It's her third.
She did. Now her cons. she definitely did choke against two high competition on her schedule.
Right. C3 and
But she
5.
also had two fucking
But she
correct.
choked. Wait. You
But listen,
see,
but
you're
I'm
not
saying,
giving it the.
but
Okay,
I'm saying, yes. And then the other two battles that she won are lower level competition. So to me, you choked against two people that was higher level, and then you had good performances or win against people that was lower level. That's a con for her. The other con is that she did have 3 1-round battles, but she also has. She also has three 3-round battles, 2 champion covers from 2 of her battles. That means she showed her ass. But
Okay.
I get it. Oh, and she fucked up. She fucked up the tournament brackets for a lot of people, probably. But I feel like it's a formidable opponent.
Respectfully, I'm sorry. Respectfully, she wasn't going to mess up my bracket in that sense because I would have betted on C3 over 40 any given day.
But I'm
any
saying,
given
that's
day.
what I'm saying. She might have messed up some people's bracket. I guess she did choke in the tournament, and I understand those are cons. But her resume, her fucking year is heavy.
So her year is definitely you're looking at her QB battle and her ill will battle as holding so much weight.
Yes, because it's a body and a personal performance of the night. She got 2 champion covers behind that. That means that she was top.
What about caution at 10?
That's where I have her.
I had caution at 13, so.
And she my rookie of the year too.
She's my rookie of the year.
Caution. Oh wait,
caution.
No, I'm talking about caution with a K.
Right?
I'm talking about caution with a K.
No, I got her way. I got her high.
I have her at 10.
I got her high.
She got.
I have her higher too, but I'm just thinking about what we're right. But
I have her at 10.
Right.
I have her at 10 because she got a 5 for me, right? But when I look at you compared to the other 5s, right? Mm-hmm. You two knew to even out. It's nothing against
she just didn't
her.
have that level
she has
of
to grow.
competition.
Her material, her performance,
her versus
her
QB
everything
was a
will
humbling
get
experience.
better. But I do have her at a 5. It's just a much lower 5 than everybody else I have getting those categories.
Let me add something with caution, and I'm a fall back on the wheel.
But I definitely love
She got
5
wins,
She's my
1
rookie of the year.
debatable, 1 loss.
So
She
let
been
me tell
smoking
y'all a
shit.
couple of things in regards to caution though. She actually did a 3-hour prep battle because her
Laji?
Against Laji. That was 3
Smoked
hours
shit.
prep.
And
That was
Laji
3 hours
choked in
prep.
that battle.
Yeah.
She did again along with Bonnie.
2 Bonnie battles.
2 Bonnie battles,
Back
but
to
not
back.
only, but she
strength of schedule.
So we look at just to add those things
She
there.
beat Yoshi.
She went to
Yoshi's a
October,
formidable
one was in
opponent.
December, right?
Shay Rack will be the other.
I thought she did one on RBE and they had to turn right back around.
They did on Sunday.
They
They
was a month apart. Was
It was about.
What's
It's
that?
within a
Was
month.
it a month
It's
apart or
within a
was it
month.
like a week or 2
It wasn't
apart?
right. It wasn't
No,
like
the
same
battle when she
year.
entered the tournament, when she battled
I'm
Bonnie
talking
the
about
first
both the
time.
Bonnie.
Yeah, that was only a month apart. That was what? That was
It was in the same month.
It was no, it wasn't in the same month because that was in October when they started the tournament. That was the end of October. That was like Halloween.
And then
And
October
then
to
the
December.
first round,
Yeah,
it
those
was
were strength of
when they did the
schedule
first
points.
And they
round. So when
still
she
did
did
really good
Chirac,
at
it
both.
was
Yeah.
3
She
weeks.
battled her and then
The
the second round she battled her.
that was the third because
So
then she
caution
went
battle,
to C3.
Chirac first round, then Yoshi.
So I think maybe that
then
was
Bonnie.
9
Then Bonnie,
weeks.
yeah.
So yeah, Bonnie and Caution battled in October. Then
So
in the semifinals, they battled
Yep,
again.
it was
She had
November
a
to
good
November.
battle with Tato.
3 weeks later.
Okay.
Like all of her, I'll say this.
I like
I'll
that
say that
Tato
she doesn't
battle.
necessarily
Shout out to
have the
Tato.
strongest
Remy did
strength
all
of
the
schedule
battles
for like the names.
resume,
But what
right.
I will say is
Remy
every
did
time
all the
she
battles 3
stepped
weeks
out,
apart.
She stepped out.
And I
Bro.
feel like it's only fair that she doesn't have the same strength of schedule as other women. Considering
that's why I
that
like
Because
to.
she's so
I
new,
like.
right.
What did you do?
The names
It
that
gets
she
like
is
her
getting,
Big Ten is kind of like
the names that she's getting that's
Like,
within her realm,
Right.
kind of like
Stepping
And
like
she
them.
got-
When she steps in the ring, she's stepping on them when she go
got
in there.
5
So.
Right.
3-round battles. She has. When I called it 5 wins, 1 debatable, 1 loss. Like I feel like what she do within her realm of
It's good.
is
very good.
That's why I got her at 10.
I was just about to say that. I think that's what actually
I got her
just
at
don't
10.
think
puts
that
her
we-
It's
you can
no
compare
way-
her to a
She
Jazz,
did-
a Hustle, a
she did-
Shakira,
she
Fisher,
did
a
not
Judy,
step harder
a Casey, Prestavia,
as a rookie
Vixen.
than
I just
Prestavia.
don't see it.
Right.
She didn't.
right.
Her opponents.
I feel
her-
like
her-
10 is such a nice spot.
And she
it-
my
it puts
rookie
her
of
in
the
top
year
10,
too.
but it doesn't
we
have
could
her
have
overriding
one,
the
she
other
would be my
ladies.
rookie
Can
of
we
the year.
have
where
a
she
rookie of the
belong.
year? Because that's my rookie of the year.
If Jay
In my
Black get
notes.
that money from Loso,
I mean, let's go. Turn up. Let's get this bag.
Yeah, I think caution.
I think that makes the most sense to have her there.
Because when we start getting into 10, we start getting into stronger opponents.
Yeah. Right.
We
but
start
that's
getting
why it
into
comfortably
the
sits
battlers
in there.
battling the top battlers in the world.
Right.
Caution's not there.
No, not yet.
But
No,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah, I
good
agree.
Not
enough
2022.
to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Next year she has the possibility.
2023
of being able to
caution
Right.
is a
She's
different.
still
2023 caution is
I feel like we're kind of dumbing it down to
necessarily rank her any higher.
Yeah, 2023 caution is a different
That's
caution.
just comfortable. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I do,
She
I
still
do
battled
like
Yoshi
her.
and Bunny though, and I feel like those formidable. I feel like those were.
That's why she has
Yes.
Like she shouldn't go higher right now.
Like it don't have to be.
I got her higher.
Yeah.
I got her above Yoshi.
Especially with the
Y'all keep
rebound.
on. You see the play.
I got her above.
I don't have her above Yoshi.
It's the one round.
I don't.
You don't have who above
I
Yoshi?
get it.
Caution.
I get that she
Oh,
don't
I
have
do.
the names.
I do.
But them wins mean
I
something
got
to
caution
her.
at 10.
Let's do Yoshi versus Caution.
Let's do Yoshi versus Vixen because I got Vixen at 10.
Let's run
Vixen
down.
higher.
Let's
don't
run
have
down.
Run it down.
I
What
don't.
we gonna do?
I don't.
Vixen at 10, 11.
What we gonna do is
I don't
because
think
I've been
that
trying
Yoshi
to.
is higher than Vixen.
I've been trying to, interject Vixen here for a while now, but we gonna run this down, we're gonna run down the criteria for Caution and Vixen as of right now. Caution versus Vixen right now.
To get that 10th spot or just
To get the 10th spot.
Yeah, we're gonna do the categories.
I'm gonna go them, and then I'm gonna do Yoshi versus Caution.
Okay.
So we go Vixen versus Caution right now. All right, strength of schedule. If you
Vixen versus
have
Caution?
yes,
Big Vicky.
if you have Vixen over Caution
It's
for
not even
strength
a
of schedule.
question. Big Vicky.
I do.
Okay, Caution. Okay, now do y'all have for Impact? Do y'all have Caution over Vixen for Impact?
No.
No.
Consistency. Do you have Caution
No.
over Vixen
I do.
for consistency?
I do.
She smokes shit
I
every
could
battle.
I could give it to her just because she has more battles
She has
and
more
she
battles,
was good at her battles.
And she's good in all of them.
Yeah, I
very
can
good.
give her that.
Very good.
I can give her
Very good.
I can't.
I could give her consistency.
Yeah.
She had more battles,
Right.
so I could give you that.
Right. I mean, that is a harder feat. That like if you're battling, I mean,
A lot and you're good.
Yeah, and you're always showing up.
Material for
Win,
Sue Surf
lose.
in 2 weeks had
3
to
weeks.
write
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
I mean,
I'm not mad at
she's
that.
had 7 battles.
punching.
I'm not saying that she don't have that performance
These 3
in the
round
material.
battles is not 3 minutes. This
But
like
this is
5,
more
6
about-
minute rounds.
But for Caution to go to the finals in the tournament,
she battling people within
that
her
speaks
caliber.
volumes. As
Vixen
a
is
new
battling
person,
people
we
that
should
we
say
would
she's
consider
new.
higher than her.
And she's battling.
Using the tournament as like that
I
was the
think Bonnie
only
is top tier.
platform for people to battle on. There's people that battle in the tournament and battle in other leagues as well at high levels.
Well, we're putting them two together.
Okay, so we're putting
and
Vixen,
we got a nitpick.
and Vixen.
So okay, for consistency, y'all have
I got
Caution.
Caution. Yeah.
All right, moments. Do y'all have Vixen over
Vixen.
Okay.
Yeah, Vixen.
Material?
Vicky.
Vixen.
with no question.
Vixen. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we need to do any
No,
more
we
with
need to
that one.
go.
But now let's go Caution versus Yoshi.
Cause I know